Hi, welcome to
just gonna
Heavyweight
use smiley
RPG
faces.
/ gaming. We're nerds playing tabletop. Jesus, no one, please. Hello, everybody. It's gravy time. Yeah. As I can see in the chat, you lot have discovered the new emojis. So only possible because of the lovely community. So thank you, and Biggie. But yeah, we've got some cool emojis. There's more on the way. I think I've got 19 in total, and I've got 13 of those 19 so far. So there's another 6 on their way. So we'll get them thrown in when they drop into my email. But yeah, they are done by Friday Adams, a friend of ours called Kelly, who has done lots and lots of artwork. She designed our T-shirt, which will be available very soon. She has designed a lot of artwork for the coming source book, characters in the past, etc., etc. So she doesn't have that I know of, business going on and such. But yeah, she's normally in the chat sometimes. Biggie!
Hi.
But yeah, so because of all these sorts of gift subs and prime subs and such, yeah, we get to do loads of emojis. So thank you very much for that. And they're all done by Friday, aka Kelly. Right, let's get on with this shebang, shall we? What do we normally start with? Social media. If you go to Instagram or Twitter or Facebook and put in Heavyweight Gaming, you'll be able to find us. I'll be generally posting on those 3 things about stuff we're writing, games we're planning, when we're live, that sort of stuff. We've got a Discord channel that if you want to come and join us and just talk nerd with us, ask us questions, look for games, or look for players, just generally hang out with nerds, come and join the Discord channel. There are obviously millions of Discord channels, but we are on most of them, so yeah, come and do that. If you want to watch hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of storytelling previously to all this, go to our YouTube channel and you can watch some of the stuff there. We got Pathfinder, we got Vampire the Masquerade, we got more D&D, we got our the previous 9 sessions of this lot, session 10 kids, you're on double figures. We got all the Fables Among Titans previous sessions. They got 67 previous sessions, I think it is, 67, 68, up on there. So please go check them out. So you can catch up to all that. We also have started releasing this lot on a podcast, so you could go to Spotify and Anchor, put in Heavyweight Gaming, and you should be able to find When Glory Is Not Enough, Fables Among Titans, and our Carbon 2185, so our Cyberpunk 5e games will be going to podcasts as well, and possibly the Pathfinder ones. So look out for that. Yeah, just go check it. We're everywhere. Right, so sponsors. We got some sponsors. Coyote Grey. If you go to Roll20 Marketplace and put in Coyote Grey and look at all the Chibi token packs, you should buy them all. And even if you don't use Roll20, just buy them all and just download them. Forget the virtual tabletop and just have them as screensavers or avatars in your social media. They're just brilliant. I just love his chibi packs. I got his Cyberpunk ones and his fantasy ones. I use them all the time. They is amazing. So yeah, please check out Coyote Grey. Send them a lot of love. If you just spam in the chat, Sawdust and swear words, Bardic Inspiration, Roughworks Creative. Roughworks and Sawdust are incredible woodworkers, level workers. They make some ridiculous kit from the wood. Please go check them out. They're brilliant, beautiful creations are made. Bardic Inspiration, they sell dice, they sell dice jails, they sell dice bags, they sell scented candles for your ambience. Go check them out. They're amazing. We love them. Sirenscape are not an official sponsor, but they do know that we use them, and they do know that we love them, and they love us. They haven't said that bit, I'm just putting that bit in, but if they ever see us, they will love us. They do great sounds. Epic sounds for epic games is their slogan, and rightly so. So if you want some ambience creating because you're playing around the table and you've got a laptop or a computer or a phone or a Bluetooth device, etc., you can play out the dragon fights and the magic ritual circles and the goblin screams and the busy towns and the elven vales. And it's super cool to have it blowing around all around you. If you play online like we do, you can download the web player app. Your party downloads the web player app. You host the game. You give them a link. They join the game. You play the song. It comes out of their computer. It's amazing. 2-minute tabletop. We normally use, and I will always shout out Lucky Battle Mats because they're brilliant and we use them in a lot of other stuff. But this particular campaign, we're using 2-minute tabletop. They're an Australian duo who do a lot of hand sketch work, and myself and Eddie have got a ton of their stuff, and we've been using it, or are using it, for this campaign. So you'll get to see every time we crack out a map, it will either be 2-minute tabletop or one I've decided to make on the fly with Lego. But yes, please go check out 2-minute tabletop. Yeah, I think that's it for that bit. Moving on to Tasha's Heavy Crockpot of Bits and Bobs. It's been out over a year, like a year and a half now. It's a D&D 5th ed supplement. Spells, subclasses, stuff, artwork. It's unbelievable. 200 plus copies are sold. $9.95. DM's Guild. 81 pages. There's 80 new spells in it. So yeah, go check it out. Brilliant. The Dragon Song Bard is fucking beautiful. So if you're after some more stuff, go buy it. Then we released Frank and Kenzie's Traders Compendium, or Tradesfolk Compendium. Yeah. Loads and loads of cool stuff. Loads and loads of nods to the small businesses and such that have honoured us with their name on our channel and such over the last couple of years. It's a very, very nice little... It's just a nudge to them, saying a thank you. There's loads of artwork in it. There's loads of stuff about how you can use the backgrounds and the professions that your characters pick up, and why have I got this jeweler's crafting kit if I can't do anything with it? Well, check out Frank and Kenzie's, because you can use it. There's loads of cool stuff in there, loads of beautiful new subclasses at the end of it. Again, more artwork, more nerdiness, group effort by a lot of us creative folks. Not me, I don't get involved in this imaginative stuff. But yeah, it's brilliant. Go check it out on DM's Guild. It's super cool. We are putting together a Kickstarter. This is the third thing of our source material that will be on Atoria. So we will be releasing Atoria as a source book to the world via a Kickstarter, and that's been getting on and on with. So look out for that when we start shouting about that. We're at cons. We're like 5 weeks, 6 weeks away. June the 4th and 5th, 3rd, 4th and 5th, at the NEC in Birmingham, the UK Games Expo. Hey all chuckles. UK Games Expo is from the 3rd and 5th of June at the Birmingham NEC. Heavyweight Gaming will be there. That's Eddie and Eddie, so me and the other bald one. We will be sharing a table with Bardic Inspiration UK, and we'll be shouting about all things heavyweight RPG. Come and say hi, have a natter. Monkey face! Find out more at that website, ukgamesexpo.co.uk. Me and Eddie will basically be there with a very bright, flowery pink dice bag, the incredibly well-crafted, master-crafted MC, I've heard it on a show somewhere, Dungeon Master screen by Roughworks Creative, and we will be shouting at every nerd that walks past us to come and listen to us talk about Colossus, how we built the world, and if you're lucky, we'll be taking suggestions from you to add into the world of Colossus. Unless it's shit, at which point we'll send you on your way with a date and that one. So, there's that, and then at the beginning of August in Manchester, we'll be doing we're off to the US. We'll be doing the what's it called? GSCon UK. Someone put a link up. The GSCon UK, I think it's called. GSCon.co.uk. Go check out that site. Basically, it's a massive con, 1,000 people minimum, and they're raising money for a charity that deals with gamers that use gaming to deal with their mental health and such. It's really cool. It's got a cool backing behind it, a lot of passion behind it for this to work, which is brilliant. It's what you need in any project. I was humbled to be asked to be the Dungeon Master that runs a D&D one-shot for them. So before about 4 hours, 5 if they give me more time for some reason, in our very own seminar room dedicated to heavyweight gaming, and we'll be running it for 8 to 10 players. So they'll be getting to do a one-shot, and there'll be loads of people watching and shouting and screaming and heckling. So if you do go, use Emrys10 as a code, you'll get 10% off your ticket. Emrys is one of the sponsors of the con. She plays in our Tuesday games. There's Andrea. She's super cool, super lovely. She's got a great entertaining stream. If you do get a chance to watch her, I think she's on Emrys Plays. So go check out Emrys. And all the Tuesday lot will be there. So if you want to meet the stars of Fables Among Titans, you can come and meet them all. They may be a giant 6'6" white Leonel barbarian there, and we might get Ree there as Soul Taker. So yeah, go check that out. What else have we got to get out of the way? Just bits. 200 bits. Give them to me. That's all you need to know. Do you feel sorry for the adventurers? Monkey face. Donate 200 bits / cheers to give the party a reroll. They can't be used on the DM or death saving throws. They don't roll over to the following week. And there's no longer a cap. So if you want to go nuts, throw them in there. Give them as many rerolls as you so wish. There's now an emoji for the rerolls. And an emoji for the monkey face, which is brilliant. So, I want to see plenty of them. If bits happen, I want to see if you actually use the emojis. Prime example. There we go. So, you can edit them in. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Oh, if you throw in 500 bits, I get a reroll. Which I will use for anything but a reroll, just as a random DM says so moment. Is that everything? Nobody's shouting out. Cool, we're going with that. Bardic, Mel, if you yeah, cool. Right, so give me the nod. She's giving me the nod. Right, so recap. This lot are somewhere in the world, Victoria. Last week, after the post the fight with Peleos the Blue, a bard that managed to slit their own throat and turn into a lightning drake serpent creature, there was catching up to do with Alexander, discussing what to do next. There was a moment or two where somebody ended up in the realm of the Unseelie Fae, or at least the birthplace of the Unseelie Fae, and instead of 1,000 bits.
Oh, Biggie. Is that 2 for AD or 5 for us?
Let's get some rerolls in there, kids.
Biggie.
Let's get some rerolls.
Jesus.
We'll find out.
Biggie.
Thank you, Biggie.
Thank you, mate.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So instead of fighting the tissue paper monsters, Bjorn decided to risk death. Because why wouldn't you? After being warned not to play roulette with the lunatic halfling that works behind the bar, Bjorn dived in feet first, stripped off, absolute, naked. Turns out, roulette's a bit dangerous. We had, was it last week you fought the assassin, Althea? Or was it the week before? That was the week before. What?
That was before the big serpent fight.
Yeah, so you did the big serpent fight. You went to the Unseelie birthplace. Raya did a beautiful rendition of the fastest halfling in Atoria. Wonderful it was. We had Faze got her end away, so that was good. There was, what else was there? Remy has been politely asked to remain behind.
Benched.
Has been benched. Has been asked to
Remy's been adopted.
We
found him a foster home.
To be an apprentice to Halamar, a alchemist that works for Odysseus.
Being fostered. He'll be fine.
Which just so happens to be the identical twin brother of Remy's new mate.
But yes. What else did you get up to last week? It was quite...
I don't know, but I need to know what Hannah's doing
You
currently.
managed to get a long rest. What are you doing, Hannah?
Taking a picture of my dog.
Taking a picture of your dog?
Yeah, because for
That
once he's
didn't look
actually
like a
sat on me.
phone.
Okay. Right. So, you've had a long rest. Finally. Alright? I will say the Tuesday lot are not impressed with your couple of session one day when they had to endure 3 months of the same day. But
Whose choice was that?
Sam, chill
Our
out.
goal
dude.
is forever trying to impress the Tuesday lot. I feel like they're like our cooler older siblings.
Yeah. So, as the night passed, you get your long rest. Bjorn, Etheria, Althea, Velk, and Rhea all stay in the room that still looks like the ascetic of Ve, with the futons, the sake, and the however Etheria wished it to appear. Faze is currently not with you and otherwise engaged, as you can see from the camera. So you wake. It is morning. The sun has rose. There is music and sound from outside the room, much more than there was the last time, yesterday, after obviously people were kind of shocked by the assassination attempt. You didn't attend the wake for the deceased. What do you do?
Threw his head into the sea.
It's a fake wake.
3, 2, 1. Boom, go. You're all awake.
Morning. No one's going to say anything.
We were planning to get up super early, I think, weren't we, to head off tracking the people.
It
Yeah,
is.
The Gluttonius.
It is pretty early.
Crack of dawn.
Crack of dawn.
Morning. Who's gonna go get Faze?
Where is Faze?
Another room. She said she'd see us in the
going into a
morning.
different room. I think she was having tea with another person.
Is that what the kids called it these days?
Fancy a brew, love.
Works better than a lot of the chat
Yeah,
lines.
to be
though.
fair, yeah. It'd work on me.
Felt completely oblivious to any sort of like undertones to this. Would just be like, and walk off.
Tea.
Velk tried to follow them.
Yeah, Velk knows where they are. Anybody want some tea while we're waiting for Faze?
Althea is like standing by the door, like ready to go. Like, no, I don't want tea.
It's the same.
I
For
want
once,
to
you
go.
can actually be useful.
Don't get carried away.
Where are we going?
Find the people that were in town yesterday, Gluttonius and Gunnar. To track them.
I love Althea's simplicity look on life. What are you doing today? Tracking. Any details? That's enough. That's all you need to know.
What more details do you want? We need to find these people. We've been looking for them for 10 sessions.
Any ideas on where to start tracking? I'm not the best tracker, but you tend to need a trail.
We were going to start where we last saw Gluttonius in the marketplace, I think was the plan. See if anyone saw them pack down and which direction they went. I'm assuming the festival and the market is going to be on today.
Yeah. Well,
It's a festival every day here.
Party every day.
Shagaloof.
Can we not just possibly rest some more? Do we have to do this today?
Yes.
I think the trail might go
The
cold.
trail runs cold by the
I-
minute, Bjorn.
do chat actually know? Because they weren't witness to session 0, were they, Bjorn?
They were not.
They have
So,
no idea.
You're 10 sessions in and you've been on about this long rest. There's 2 more to go, 3 more to go.
Bjorn lost a lot of con in the sessions.
Um,
The thing
and
is,
needs
the
to
chat,
recover it.
the chat hasn't asked.
no, they haven't.
They've just rolled with it.
They've probably
Oh.
seen my games before and gone, yeah.
Well, to be fair, I don't think the party's asked either.
We all had a
Nice.
little session 0 where we were in pairs, kind of introducing, and it was sort of in character. We did a combat and whatever. And Bjorn lost some of his Constitution modifier in the 4 points of it,
4 points of it.
and he needs to get them back through long rests. And I think we've only had 2. So
He had a bit of a snog with this witchy pirate creature thing, and it didn't turn out right.
yeah,
Give all
Bjorn
your
is
money
feeling
away.
rough.
I'll be honest, Bjorn and Etheria came into session 1-0, like, bottomed out. They were just, they'd lost con, they were skint.
Drowned.
About
Almost
drowned.
drowned. Yeah.
Yeah, I've only made I only have money now because I've managed to sell a painting, and I got some money for something else. I helped out the blacksmith. Yeah. How are you feeling, Bjorn?
I am actually feeling much better today.
Any ill effects from last night?
AD mute. AD mute.
DM just said you can have a bedtime.
Ah,
Oh. So all of that stuff that we were
they're just role playing really deep.
I think that perhaps one more good
Canaries.
rest, and I will feel much better.
Are you okay after last night as well?
Yeah.
I will not be playing roulette again, I don't think.
That's probably for the best.
Somewhere in the tavern, Leo sheds a tear.
Alfie is still standing by the door, like,
Tracking?
get dressed, get up.
We're getting dressed as we talk.
I have had that
No one.
also.
Do you know how long it takes to do the ribbon and thing? And
Freya just like swoops down, stands by the door, and is like, "Yeah, let's go."
I have had a bit of a thought though.
Oh no.
How much do you think the
And he
Minotaur...
wasted on roulette.
Well, not much actually. He
Don't think
not
we've ever been charged
me.
for roulette.
I was wondering how much a mastiff would be.
ah,
Just
um,
you appear here if you lean back in.
I have no idea. We could ask Mini Minotaur.
I don't
When we
think we
get
should
back?
call him Mini Minotaur, but
It's pronounced Mini.
My name.
The Minotaur.
Yes.
You seem quite taken by dog. Do you just want a dog or dog the dog?
well, if the Minotaur would part with dog, I will take dog, preferably. But
We're actually gonna have to go see a man about a dog.
I think so, yes.
Mumble.
I would like to, yes. If, of course, you think tracking is more important, I was thinking perhaps a dog. They have very good sense of smell.
Oh yeah, I thought you were just after a pet.
I was trying to make it worthwhile for the party, but I am just after a pet.
Yeah. You have to look at us like that. We're ready. Let's go.
First side quest of the day.
Find a
Alfia,
dog.
sorry.
The dog's gone missing. We shall go down to the pirate cove to the east.
Yeah, the dog's sick. He will not come with us until he is better.
Yeah. Oh, I'll go to the door and finish pulling my clothes on, belting my sword on, and follow.
Better see if Fizz is ready.
Did not
Yeah,
go and
just-
find face.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he did.
Like if I go up there, I straight up just walk in the room.
The door's locked.
Ah, not.
I will open the door.
As soon as you open the door,
Naked.
I just
Naked.
walk through, like walk round and just walk into the room, and I'm like, FaZe thinks about starting the day.
Shauna shouts
Good
across
evening.
to the little gnome. Fez has already started the day.
She ponders. All her friends are downstairs.
Shauna, unfortunately, I think we're going to be cut slightly short. It looks like I need to leave and do something. I don't know if we're back again tonight, but if we are, I'll look you up.
FaZe thinks about putting some clothes on. She wouldn't want to get scorched by the sun's rays.
Really? Because I was thinking of going like this. I'll start getting dressed.
I remember when D&D were all about Dungeons and Dragons.
I have never been in a dungeon.
I mean,
And you can't fight. You can't fight a
I don't
dragon
think
in
that's
Colossus.
true, Hannah. To be honest,
No.
And there are no dragons in Colossus, so this is great.
there are no dragons in Colossus. It's
so
totally
this
true.
is essentially a shit dice game. So this is. So
I jump and sit on the end of the bed until FaZe is ready to go.
Shauna
Doesn't
just
know that we're joint hallucination.
just smiles at you face and then just rolls over and snuggles back into the bed. She cares not of the little person. Yeah. So, Fez, I'm assuming you get dressed.
Yeah, they'll get dressed and yeah, walk out with Velk going bye as I go out the door.
Just a arm.
Yeah,
Pop high forearm just waves at you.
nice arms.
Down in the what do we call it? The performance area where all the stages are and the long bar is and stuff. There is no sign of Leo on the bar this morning. It's gravy time. Get some gravy times in there now. We've got them. Thank you for the follow, Leverett Law.
I hope he's not been sacked. I'd feel really bad.
Or executed. Who do you think the wake were for?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no sign of Leo on the bar. There are obviously other halflings and gnomes and goblins and such running along the bar, serving breakfast, drinks, and meals. It is a lot busier in here. Music is playing. It is very similar to how it was a couple of days ago when you were in here, and there were folk of many bardic flavours telling stories, preparing instruments, practicing poetry, all sorts going off around you. There is a thrum of people at the doorway. Both doors are wide open and kept open. They're not opening and closing, they're just kept open, and there's a thrum of folk coming in and out. And this guild hall, this incredibly large structure, is filled with people coming and going. And you can hear beyond that louder music being played. Even though it is the crack of dawn, the Festival of Birth is essentially started. Anyone? Cool. Give me a tracking roll, Althea, alright?
Am I outside with them now? Sorry.
They're downstairs, you're coming down the stairs. With
We're
Velk.
outside. I would like to find the person, please. What do you want me to roll?
Yeah.
So we're still coming downstairs at the minute.
Yeah. They're ahead of you.
We'll wait.
Okay. Are you lot just waiting for Faze and Velk to turn up?
Yes.
Velk and Faze turn up.
The party
Worst
looks
nerds
out.
ever.
What a splendid opportunity for adventure.
Morning.
Yeah,
Valk
let's
Valk has no sense of
Reality.
People,
not walking in while people are naked. Good morning, everyone.
come on.
Come on in. Morning.
Did you have a good time last night, Face?
Yes. I had a wonderful evening. How was yours?
Did you?
It was so-so.
No, he almost died.
But I didn't.
But he probably could have.
But I didn't.
But you could have, because that's where I was born. So.
It was.
You
close.
are slightly more terrifying now than previously.
You almost. What are we doing?
We played roulette.
Why did you play roulette again? It's gone so badly before.
This time I think was the worst, and we are not playing it again.
You managed to stop Bjorn playing roulette.
Yes, Rion almost died.
I have stopped myself. I have decided it is probably best for my health if I do not play roulette ever again. After
And as for your continued existence.
After much research, I have come to this conclusion. Yes.
Research of. All right. What are we looking for today? I didn't see many of you yesterday evening. I was busy doing other things.
Yes, Althea, what are we looking for today?
The people, I think, that caused you trouble and how this all began, we're going to start looking for them. Glutonius, we know, was here yesterday, so we're going to find her, hopefully find people who know where she went after she packed down, and with her, hopefully, is Gunnar and the winged orc person, whose name I can never remember.
Kotova.
Pardon?
Kotova.
Yeah. Those people are who we're looking for, as they are possibly in town or around the area. Plutonius certainly is, so we definitely need to find them. So.
Well, maybe we should start with where Plutonius last was and go from there. Or where we know that they were at one point.
That is what Althea said as well.
Perfect.
Theria thinks about saying, do not forget that there are plenty of people here from around the world. What a fantastic opportunity to make some new friends.
I actually want to keep an eye out for Ketsin.
Who the fuck? Yeah, okay.
I made a note.
Yeah, I mean, I think you made it up, Tony.
The Goliath, the person.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I'm
There we
going
go.
to start wandering towards where Glutonius last was.
Yeah, moving in that direction.
Following, keeping an eye out for Ketsin or any, to be fair, any other people of there.
So, as you're all out and about in town, let me change the music. Has that changed?
Yeah, it's like crowd now.
There you go. Right, so music's been played, it's thrumming, it's crowded. Buxy Bay is absolutely rammed with folk of many ages. The little ones are out and about. There are small, almost fair-like carnival ground games type things like knocking a coconut off the stand, uck a duck. But yes, you lot are banned from that. There is guided bolt. It's uck a duck for fuck's sake.
That's how you say coconut, and everyone's just going, "Oh my god, coconut!"
Coconut emoji, and that 20 rolls by next to a reroll if you wish to use those emojis as well. But yes, there are lots of small games going on. Music is being played. Some of it's soft, some of it's loud and proud. There are sections of the town that are just small, makeshift amphitheatres. Not quite an amphitheatre, but it's got that sort of design about it, so folks can wave at the camera so it focuses on my baldy head. There we go. It is definitely, as soon as the first ray of sun hit the morning, folks immediately, festival of birth, boom, everyone's at it. There are folks walking around as families, as couples, groups of youths, groups of older folk. Pretty much every race you've ever come across in any of your time of being alive, you see a flavour of in Buxy Bay. Some carrying the local fashion of Vittoria, others dressed in kimonos and such, less layers to deal with the heat from like the Vade Dynasty. You've got folk that are in frilly shirts, like silken shirts that are probably from like your Ravenholm, that more Teutonic sort of gothic feel, but again adapted for the heat of Vittoria. There's quite a lot of folk from Surut, the large desert continent in the south, coming up with their beautiful colours on their loose flowing trousers and shirts. They have jewellery about them. There are more dragonborn and lizard folk about the place, carrying a similar fashion to Vittoria, but mainly of Quran in the north east from Vittoria. There is a lot of folk here from all over the world that are enjoying the small games, paying a couple of copper, winning small wooden toys and small what's the word, like cantrip ornaments that do sparkling colours and such for to keep the children entertained. There is a very, very festival / carnival-esque vibe about Buxy Bay at the moment. The entire town is committed to this festival. All the shops have extended with awnings and such, so you don't have to go into the buildings. It's all there and everyone's face to face and people are meeting each other. Get into the area where you met Glutonius for the second time for another attempt at seeing if you can see Glutonius there. To read just track. Just lick the mud on the floor and taste the straw. See if Glutonius went this way. Etheria, you're looking out for Ketsin. Give me a perception check. And whoever is attempting, how you're attempting to track, what's your plan to discover Glutonius? Is anyone listening to the whispering lunacy of the bard about making new friends? Like, Etheria, what's your role?
I'm getting very distracted by just the general festival atmosphere within Awesome 2.
Cool. Definite. That Goliath, whoa, just maybe
Blends in.
too obvious that you can't see. Forest fit trees and all that.
Yeah.
Can't see the Goliath for the giants. So, Althea, you're very keen to track. How are you tracking Gluttonius in this crowded carnival of folk in a port town?
Well,
I'm gonna kill a gnome.
yeah, I'm gonna find someone and demand that they no. I think the first clue, like, are they here to begin with? Like, have they set up their stall again? Can I see them?
Give me a perception
around?
check.
So that would be, if they're standing right in front of us. We're like, where is she? 13.
13. There is someone in the area that they were, but it's not Gluttonius. It's just, by the looks of it, some old dock worker that's essentially staffing a stall. And they do have small bits of parchment in front of them on the stall, but they're just in the local dock working fashion. Like sleeveless shirt, just trousers, barefoot.
I will walk up to them.
They're, uncleanly shaven. Is that even a bloody sentence?
Stubble.
They got stubble. Yeah. Look like this. There you go. Check out Errant Flame on Instagram. That's Kelly. She does all our artwork. She's amazing. Go check her out. It's in the chat now. Go check her out. Amazing. Thank you, Bardic. Yeah, just scraggly hair. Must be. They have a human vibe about them and are maybe late 40s. Just kind of stood there. Not really the people person you'd expect, just trying to offer people bits of this parchment.
Say, excuse me, I'm looking for the person that had this pitch yesterday. Is there a first come first serve basis, or would they no longer be in town anymore?
If you're talking about Gluttonius, she's headed north. I'm just filling in for the day, earning a couple of extra while the ships are docked and the festival's on. Can I interest you in attending Gluttonius' Feast of the Stars? And just offers you a piece of parchment. And on it there's a very nice piece of artwork of a very, very attempt at creating a beautiful dwarf with a lovely banquet in front of them. And does say Gluttonius' Feast of the Stars.
I will turn round to the group if they've not disbanded and kind of like gesture like them over subtly and say, yes, I'm sure myself and my friends would be interested, and I'll have a look and what's the information, like when is it, where is it? Does it say on the leaflet or?
To celebrate the festival of birth, Gluttonius is holding a feast, which there is a lot of stories around Buxy Bay. You being a Taurian, you'll know a lot of these stories, but Buxy Bay is obviously everyone's got a story to tell. There's a lot of association between every star represents a birth. More stars, more births, and that's how they link. Gluttonius' Feast of the Stars is to honour that, and folks are invited. It is free, no one has to pay, but it is a town north of Buxy Bay called Clay. And if you were to look on your map, which you all have and have never looked at in your lives, if you were to just follow the coast in a northeasterly direction, you'd eventually get to Clay. Clay is a stop-off point and more of a relaxed bardic atmosphere where Buxy Bay is obviously very intense all the time. The great festival of, the Festival of Birth is there. People are just singing and dancing. They're sat on the rooftops. Everyone's got a tinny in their hands. Whereas Clay is a chilled out beer garden sort of atmosphere, from what you know, Althea. And it is just inland. You have to travel maybe 2 or 3 miles from the coast to get to it. So sailing there is not usually done. Most folk would land somewhere else and then head there. Or if they really wanted to just drag their ship onto the sands and then walk up to Clay, that's entirely up to them. But the feast is being held there.
When does it say?
2 days from now.
And how would I know how long it would take to travel?
It'd take you 2 days to get there.
Yeah. By foot, is that like a long road?
Yeah, which makes sense because all the flyers probably going to get handed out today, and then that'll be it. That's everyone's shot. The Festival of Birth lasts nearly a week, so
Okay. Yep, I'll turn to the others. If they've come over, whoever's come over, I'll say, looks like we have plans in 2 days' time, and we have our heading, as it were. And I'll show them the flyer and pass on the information.
I did not expect that to work so quick.
Tracking. One average perception check is all it takes.
How long
Are we-
does it take to walk there?
About 2 days. Which gives us just enough time. So we would need to leave today, but not much of a rush, as it were. Just as long as we leave maybe before midday, we should be fine.
You'd easily make it in time.
Yeah.
So you reckon go today? Set off like now, or
No, like I said, we could leave. We could stay if we've got stuff we want to do here. As long as we leave kind of by midday, we should be fine to get there in time. Which means you could get your dog beyond this.
Is possibly time for another long rest before we leave, or?
You'll be cutting it close, lad.
I think we can rest on the road. It's not like we're going to get there before you've had a
And
chance to sleep.
Try and have one on the way.
As long as you don't get jumped by bandits. Hey.
As long as we have a completely, uneventful 2 days of travelling, that would be.
I think as long as we are not playing roulette, we should be fine.
Well, I'm glad that the tracking worked so well. What's this about a dog? What do you want? Why do you want a dog?
I want to go and speak to the Minotaur in the Old White Ram and buy dog.
it kind of hit it off with dog.
Not
I
in the
will.
same way as you hit it off with Shauna, but you know, we have I like the dog.
Right,
Not
but
even
I'm
gonna
not,
go there with them.
I'm not intending to bring Shauna with me. Are you sure our lifestyle's conducive to a dog?
It seemed pretty comfortable with the snaky lightning thing.
Comfortable? It was hiding behind the Minotaur whimpering.
Mastiffs are bred for
Got on a few bats, didn't it? It got involved.
dragon
Had a
fighting.
bit of a bite. Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
I'm just saying, what if we have to swim underwater for a long distance or something like that? What's going to happen to the
I
dog?
can't do that. I'm planning on swimming underwater.
I'm saying there are
Can you do
places, dangerous places.
That'd
Maybe.
really-
Yeah, but you're like you're right.
Yeah.
You're stone side. Like,
I'm just saying, I'm not sure it's conducive to pets. You know, is he going to be safe? Are we going to get him killed? I don't want the dog to die.
I do not want myself to die either, but if you do not think it is a good idea, I will.
The thing, think it through. We're staying in different places all the time, and we're moving around a lot. If you want to get the dog, absolutely go for it, but make sure you thought it through first. That's all.
I'm not bringing Remy, so are we sure it's safe for a dog?
I think dog will be more useful than Remy.
Remy's been very useful.
It might be worth speaking to the Minotaur about dogs training, because it did leap into the fight. Maybe he's a trained war dog or something.
In that case, would he want to sell? He does seem quite fond of
Well-
Look, why don't we go and talk to him?
If Remy
Etheria,
finds out we're bringing a dog and not him,
Etheria thinks money well spent on items, perhaps, than animals.
Health potions, things like that. Look, honestly, go and talk to the Minotaur about the dog. I know that you're in love with him. I get it. At least go and talk to him, and we'll go and buy some potions while you go and decide if he's the dog for you.
I was just thinking that like if you go into the shops for adventuring, if you look at all of the gear you can get as the equipment list,
The equipment.
Mastiff is actually on the list.
I've gone somewhere where there was a fourth wall happening.
Bjorn's clearly looking at a different equipment list to the Buxy Bay lot.
Yeah, right.
got
I
a
do
pen
think
full of
we're in a
mastiffs in the back.
Good Velk, but unfortunately I don't really have money. Me and Bjorn got robbed on the way here.
I will pass them a platinum piece each and say,
Etheria,
my
Bjorn has taken a lot of money over the last few days.
There was not actually that much money in the pouch we had from the tiefling. Unless you think we can trade in wooden coins.
If you're offering Althea, I don't need your money. It was just a point.
Bron, didn't I give you a load of things?
Yes, but I would not presume to spend yours.
They're not mine.
Bjorn also thinks, is the wooden coin special?
Actually, I was waiting for you to come back, Velk, before I asked that question, and it is handy that you have reminded me. Can you have a look at this?
It's fucking painful, kids. It's painful.
You can tell the magical properties of things.
I'll take it off him and then just smile up at him.
So you have a wooden coin?
Do you need a bit of time?
I'll just continue smiling up at him. Like, if I've put coins in my pocket, I'll just smile.
What I need to know, Velk.
And I will start identifying.
I was like, that's great. That's wonderful.
Leave it.
Yeah,
Just wanted to sink it.
I was like, this is lovely roleplay here. But however,
Okay, it's so obtuse. Even the DM doesn't know what he's doing.
are you?
As soon as Bjorn turns his back or anything like that, I'll just get it out again and just start looking at it and identifying it and stuff like that.
Perhaps.
That does sound like an Edward thing. Are you ritually casting it? Yeah.
Richie casting
Yeah,
it, so
cool.
I'll do it over the next 10 minutes.
10 minutes, cool.
Just-
Well, we know where the shops are. Perhaps we could buy some supplies for the road.
Yep.
Go and talk to the guy about the dog.
No,
Bad
you have convinced me. It is a bad idea. I wish you had been so vehement and eloquent when you were talking about roulette, and then last night would not have happened.
Somewhere Remy sat with a smug smile on his face.
I wasn't there when you decided to do roulette again. I went to see a man about a dog.
Do not worry. Hopefully next time one of us is in mortal danger, you will be.
If you saw a man about a dog, where's the dog? It means it saves us of going and looking for another dog.
Yes.
It's it's just a saying. It means I went to go and do something. It doesn't really matter what.
It's fucking
So why did you
brilliant.
mention a dog?
Well, because it seemed thematically appropriate.
Well,
I also
because
didn't
we're
go and see a
looking for a
man.
dog. Literally, you didn't.
You
So why
saying
did you
Sean is
say
a dog?
No, I said I went to see a man about a dog. Shauna could be the man or the dog.
But Shauna is neither.
So there was an extra man or an extra dog?
Where are the men?
We're heading towards the shops while we're doing this, aren't we?
I am
Yeah.
hoping so.
Yeah. Rhea,
Yes.
I sometimes don't really know how to explain things to you. But you're doing very well at picking up new things. Going to see a man about a dog just means I'm going to do something, but I'm not going to specify what. It doesn't have to involve men or dogs or actually going anywhere specifically. You just need to be doing something. It does involve going somewhere, I guess.
There's
As we're
two
walking,
two
can I
lads
be
not
explaining
far
to
from you.
Rhea about the birds and
You
bees?
can give it a go. Two lads just listening in on this conversation, and as Faze finishes her spiel, one does burps and goes, "That's deep," and they both just carry on. It's like 6:30 in the morning. Give me a performance check, Alfie.
Performance.
Yeah.
20 unnatural.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Rhea, like Althea, is pretty accurate and does manage to explain the birds and the bees.
Full sex education.
Oh wait. I do have to know.
Yep.
Are you explaining it in euphemisms of birds and bees?
No, it's very
That is dangerous.
scientifically,
I
like-
once shagged a wasp.
So you are explaining
How
it
do you
very...
clip on Twitch?
So you are explaining it scientifically.
In terms of humans, yeah.
Okay. in
Don't
terms
say
of
humans, not humans.
People, beings, humanoids.
Okay.
Sentient
Okay.
beings.
Okay. Okay.
Need to click Twitch. I'll be muted for a minute.
Rhea is going to pull out like a little piece of paper and a piece of charcoal and just start kind of sketching out a man and a dog equals
Birds and a
something,
bee.
doing something, and then is kind of just scrawling in, makes no sense to any of you, everything that
Althea's just said.
that Althea is saying very intently.
So
It doesn't seem shocked or anything.
you're writing
It's
a
just
smut
literally
magazine, is that what you call?
a scientific journal, thank you very much.
There's a man on a dog on the front cover.
There
are plenty of shops.
Althea is also listening very closely.
Please can we not buy Rhea smut?
I mean, it's a good way to make money. Them coins you like giving away. You are in Shagaloof. Buxy Bay. Right, so as you're educating the world, there are shops everywhere and they pretty much sell as many things as you can think of regarding adventuring on the road and stuff like this. Travelling between towns, if you aren't doing it magically, as you know, like Telio's got a teleportation circle in the guild house. But if you're just going to hike it, buying packs and rolls and dried meats and fruits and stuff like this to get you from A to B, sometimes to C, is perfectly accessible, even in Buxy Bay. And it's a port town, so they pretty much supply as much as they can for folks restocking on their ships, or if they're going across land. There's a plethora of establishments that you can buy things at. If you are looking for very specific things, person the beast. If you are buying very specific things, then you will have to go looking for them. For example, alchemical shops selling healing potions for adventurers isn't that common in Buxy Bay, because they're not there to adventure, they're there to entertain, they're having parties. The ethos of if you earned the black eye during your partying at Buxy Bay, you earned the right to heal naturally. But there is an alchemist or two that may or may not sell potions with various flavours for them. Thank you, Goblin Dad, for the subscription.
Awesome.
So, give me a list, or do you want to interact with Norman the Gnome? Gravy time. What are you actually looking for from the shops?
I would like basic camping stuff, and I do want to find some healing potions.
So basic camping stuff is nothing. It's a couple of gold will get you everything you possibly need, which you probably already got from your starting kit. I will say any rations you've got and such are there from when you started. You will have replaced them or got some from, Leo. Probably shouldn't eat them. But yeah, whatever you've got on you is you still got on you, and none of it's spoiled or anything. So if you don't need extra stuff, like if you want extra 50 foot of rope, go for it. But your adventuring kit, you should have pretty much basic starting equipment from when we begun. If you wanted to buy extra things like healing potions and that, Phase, you know that any alchemical liquid that holds arcane energy or divine energy or druidic, magics is usually quite expensive because of the effort and the components for it. So you're talking anywhere between 30 and 50 gold for a starting healing potion for folks that only have minor wounds.
I look at the 10 gold in my hand and go, actually, I'm not even sure I can afford a healing potion.
I could perhaps, with a bit of haggling, get one.
Well, does anyone know any alchemists that aren't Remy? No offense to Remy.
Yeah.
There was the alchemical shop that we found Remy in the other day.
And Remy's new sort of master, as it were, Odysseus'
Get out.
alchemist. What do you call the owner of an apprentice? I don't know.
Just, employer.
Sensei.
Sensei.
We're going with master.
Renatoria.
Him. Odysseus is alchemist.
Well, you've been in both. Which one do you think would be the better alchemist to visit? Or I know you have a slight grudge against the person in the first one. You didn't seem overly happy with them, to be honest, Althea.
Is it his shop?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It was just he and Remy were just leaving it as you guys bumped into him.
I would feel bad for calling in on Odysseus again. He's done so much for us in the past sort of 24 hours without even really knowing us. So asking him for discounted potions might be a step too far in terms of etiquette.
Especially as I owe him a tuning fork.
I owe him so much, like so many fights.
Hey, what did he do? You know what? It's fine. I don't need to know everything.
Without Odysseus, Bjorn would have died yesterday. In the was it an unseelie realm? I'd never really questioned where you went, but
it was dark and
full of terrors.
Yeah.
It was the DnD5e realm. Yeah.
Without Odysseus, Bjorn would have died there yesterday.
You're gonna tap Bjorn on the shoulder and go, "Wow, when you screw up, you really screw up, huh?"
We managed to get him back out.
How about we go to the other alchemist then, rather than harassing this gentleman who has apparently realm hopped to come and rescue you?
Yeah, we'll go to the shop.
Cool.
I think between us we can probably afford maybe, depending on haggling, 2 healing potions with the money that I coughed up yesterday. But I don't know. That'll be all of our money? Is that what we're wanting to spend it on?
I mean, it's worth it. I have some healing, and I think. Does anyone else have any healing magic?
I can
touch people sometimes.
You can't, Alfie. Don't even attempt to answer
No.
that question.
Not sure. I can get myself back up if I'm, feeling drained, but I've never been able to heal any other one else. A healer's kit's a thing in Colossus, AD.
Yep.
So I've heard of sort of, during fights and stuff in the arenas, if you couldn't get hold of potions, there would be people with these sort of kits full of herbs and bandages that would stop people bleeding, at least.
They tend to take a bit of training. Some of my teachers were quite skilled in that. Not a skill I managed to pick up, unfortunately.
And they are a more heal over time rather than we're in a fight. Let's get if you stop to wrap somebody's arm up in a bandage, the dragon's going to bite you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Fortnite.
No.
Okay.
No,
It's
because
not.
we are all adults and none of us play Fortnite. You are all disgusting. There's Raya.
It would make sense to pick up maybe 1 or 2 just as an emergency backup in case I go down as the one with the most healing magic. I just think it would be worth making sure no one else dies.
Bjorn thinks it might be worth pooling together the money. How much have we got in total?
That's a good question.
For some strange reason, Velk says that through gritted teeth.
Just put the
fucking money together.
Althea gets out 8 platinum and 9 gold.
Jesus Christ, Althea.
I haven't got much.
It's enough to retire.
Is this a lot?
I hold out my 10 gold and just go, all over.
If
gold as well.
what Rhea says is right, and I'm allowed to include Rhea's fortune,
I don't
then
think Rhea counts as her money anymore.
altogether I have the equivalent of about 42 gold.
Still less than Althea was sitting on.
I only got this yesterday.
I'm
Before I
not-
started coughing yesterday, I only had 9 gold.
I'm not judging. I'm not, it's clever. Let's go to the alchemist and
Very
just see if we
opposite
can get a
ends
decent
of
price.
roulette.
while they were in the shop, did I manage to finish identifying that wooden coin?
So as you are walking together, you are kind of just flicking it over your fingers and doing your identifiers. You're all walking and talking. And yes. I forgot you can identify.
Yes, but you can't know what it is.
That's it. Just to confirm, Raya had a platinum piece, 17 pieces of gold, 22 pieces of silver, and 30 pieces of copper.
So Raya don't care about money, but Anna's on it.
I want to know where every single one of those pennies went.
No, it's just because sometimes I forget about how much was actually given to anyone, and we're not all great at note taking. So I thought if I could at least track
With
Raya's
farmer
own
money.
shit.
With farmer money.
The majority of the amount I just quoted is from Ray.
So Eduardo, the things you discover about this wooden coin. It is part of a set of 7 other coins. There is no information from that, but there are 6 golden coins with this wooden one. So Velk can quite accurately assume that that's the set of 7. It is a very powerful, or at least shares a very an inaccurate amount of divine focus, so celestial energy within this coin. Again, from identifying it, you are aware that it is part of a collective pool of celestial energy. Again, an educated guess, the other 6 coins combined would, complete that pool of celestial energy, and would be used as a ritual focus, is probably the best way of describing it. The core component for powering a celestial ritual. However, if you attune to the coin, you are able to cast Bark Skin. Oh.
That fancy.
I have written Bark Skin. Yeah, it is Bark Skin. So yeah, it allows you to cast Bark Skin at just as the spell is 2nd level, as written, twice a long rest. But you have to be attuned to it.
So do I get the sense that the celestial energy stuff would have to bring all 7 together to understand more about it?
Yes, it's a piece of a larger item, and it's made up of 7 pieces. I say item, but
so 7 other coins. Yeah.
6 other coins.
6 other coins. Sorry, yeah. 6 other coins. Okay. As they're all kind of talking, I will elbow Bjorn a bit. Bjorn thinks about taking a look at the other 6 coins. And I've just held out my hand.
I look away,
I'll pull out the separate pouch, because it is separate, because the weird magic thing happened when I looked in it, with the other 6 coins in it, and hand that to him.
When I get a moment, I'll just start looking at them, but obviously they're all still chatting about going to the shop and stuff.
So when you say get a moment,
if we're walking,
are you going to do another? Can you do
identify?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
it's just a ritual.
Cool.
Yeah.
Give me a wisdom save as you open the pouch and try to remove the coins.
Wisdom. That is 16.
Cool. Yeah, it's got 6 golden coins in the bottom of the pouch. They're closer to discs than coins, but there's no real patterning on them. So you get to the alchemists. Where are you little bastards? Pelios.
The turtle?
The turtle, yeah, it is the turtle alchemist, yeah. I just need to find something that I can't find. Ah, fuck you, I can't find it. It's called the turtle shell, is the alchemist, but that's not what I was looking for. I can't find it. Crap. Wherever I put that. Right, so you go into the turtle shell, the alchemist. You walk in. As you all walk in there, there's 6 of you. So the alchemist at the end, they're maybe 5 foot tall, dead on. They've got stereotypical dwarven features that some stories tell of, like long, scraggly, thick beard and hair all kind of merge into one. It's all tightly, like massive tight curls, just all hanging down. It's all very chestnut in colour. Big bright eyes. They've got thick forearms, thick hands. They've got a very stout, broad. They're thick, baby. Stood behind the alchemical bench, and they are very delicately, with their Shrek hands, moving small vials to and fro.
As it's a bit busy and there's a lot of us, I'm going to hang about outside and just people watch.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Inside the alchemists, he gives you a nod, just kind of looks up, gives you a nod, and goes back to moving these vials left and right around each other. Doesn't appear to be any liquid on the bench. They just seem to be moving different sized vials around in these little like holders, as if organising them from small to large or large to small, depending on what angle you're standing at.
That's the dwarf.
They look over their shoulder. I'm not a dwarf.
My apologies. But do you have a moment to discuss some business with us?
I do. Just give me a moment. And they kind of move the glasses and the small vials to the side and put them left and right at the bench and make a clear space on the bench. You can see it's just shelves and shelves of different coloured potions, empty bottles, everything alchemical. You can read me a bit to point out all the scientific words and stuff. That's a pipette, and that's about it.
We were looking for some, perhaps, drafts or potions that would help us on our travels. Perhaps healing.
Healing? Yes, we have some a few healing elixirs. A lot of the product here, we especially during the Festival of Birth, is more to enhance one's entertainment skills and gives a bit of panache about their performances. But we do have a few healing elixirs.
And how much are you looking for them?
Let me see how many we've got. Depending on how potent you are, I think we've got maybe 9 or 10 varying. There are 2 lesser, maybe just give you a bit of a kick. But we have a few more that are more potent. How potent are you looking for?
As potent as our budget allows.
I don't know how to answer that without knowing your budget.
How much are the lesser ones?
They usually range anywhere between 30 and 50 for the lesser ones. Some folk are happy to risk them not working, so we'll go for the 30 gold. Others want a guarantee, so we'll go more into the 40 and 45s. 50 if you don't want any chance of them failing.
There is a chance that the potions you sell might fail.
Well, if you drink alcohol, if you drink water with a pinch of alcohol in it, it'll take you a very long time to get drunk. If you drink pure alcohol, you'll die. Maybe not Velk. Or someone who looks remarkably like it.
Mm-hmm.
And how much for the higher grade potions?
Oh, they are into hundreds of gold but they are, if you were to be on the brink of death, they would bring you back to your full fighting fitness.
Perhaps slightly.
I mean, you look, maybe you could do with a few more push-ups, but those behind you look like they have a thicker, hardier constitution. May need stronger potions. Maybe you need a rest or two.
Or just the one. I think.
Just the one. And I'll be back here tomorrow, not then.
My constitution is 15.
Yeah, I know. But it won't be funny if I...
How much did he say for the regular healing potion? Sorry, was it
30 to 50.
30 to 50?
You can get like different grades by the sound of it. Like a 50
Yeah,
gold
so-
is a guaranteed, and a 30 gold
Yeah,
is
that's
a
like
cheap.
a. So the regular healing potions, I'm assuming, are like just a D8 or whatever it is.
You assume all you want.
Yeah.
2d4 plus 4 is the regular.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
You are all welcome to assume whatever you've read on the internet.
I will. I'll step forward. The shopkeeper looks out at the smiling party, and as I say smiling party, I'll bardic inspiration myself.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, it's other than. Oh, in fact, it's other than myself, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's
unbelievable.
specific bards can inspire themselves.
It's later on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, level the bards.
Yeah.
I'd like to see
I
Derek
won't.
Trotter in
I
action
won't.
with his haggler.
Looks out at the smiling party and considers these would-be adventurers could one day be something special. And imagine if I was the one that gave them some healing potions. A little bit cheaper. I could be a part of that story. Let's say 2 healing potions for 70 gold.
Give me a performance check or persuasion, your choice.
Are you sure you want me to go perform? I can go persuasion. If
I
it
don't-
is,
I don't mind.
persuasion. No, that's good. That's good.
I know the DC.
That's good.
We have 5 rerolls.
That is a 12 plus 9, so 90.
21.
No, 21. Amazing, quick maths. What a day.
12 plus 9 is a 19.
All right, I'm not that smart.
5.
Are you sure you want me to go with performance? Well, if you're going to make it lower, mate, then, you know what I mean?
I mean, 19
You know
was,
what?
would have. If it was persuasion, it would have been 19. That's what I was saying.
Minus 2 handicap you've given yourself.
To show it off. So, you perform this wonderful haggle. The not dwarf looks at you, looks back at Bjorn, the one that had originally talked to him. Do this a lot, does he?
I have not really known him to do anything else.
I mean, he's not wrong. Are you adventurers? Mercenaries or the like, or just seeking the standard glory that everyone around here seems to seek?
Perhaps for some of us, glory is not enough, but
Sponsored by Pepsi.
Someone said it.
but we are looking to right some wrongs in the world.
I'll do you 2 for 70 gold.
Thank God, I was going to start with the perhaps you've heard of me.
Then I think perhaps
Do you know who I am?
70 gold. I think we can do that. Althea, I will need 3 platinum.
Hand over 3 platinum pieces.
You hand over 70 gold?
I'll give him 40 from me and 3 of the platinum from Althea.
So yes. That was never break character me.
give
Never
him,
break
give him
character.
40, see if he notices, and then give him
So as you hand over the 70 gold in whatever format you so wish beyond, it is pocketed, put in the money pouch that you see just on a small shelf behind the chap, and he produces 2 vials with a little like cork in the top, and the liquid in there is a real deep pink, not quite red, just a very, very deep pink. These will do you quite well. They'll get you up. Maybe not to, if you take a fatal blow, they'll get you back fighting, but any further wounds you probably need more of these, or there's no limit on them. Drink them fast though, don't spill a drop.
Thank you kindly.
You're very welcome.
What is your name, Master Alchemist?
Talio.
Talio?
Talio.
Talio.
Yes.
It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
Alia.
Tally ho!
None of that, but you're very welcome.
We will, if we are successful in our quest, we will tell everyone where we got our help from.
I mean, that'd be great. Like, more business, it's the back, mate. Get paid to make more potions.
It is perhaps now, though, getting a bit awkward, this pleasant conversation we are having, so I think we should go.
I don't mind. I'm 70 gold up. You'll be as awkward as you want.
Everybody, time to go.
Bye. Thanks for coming to the Turtle Show. Take care of
Socialising
yourselves.
with Bjorn.
Jesus. He's charismatic. Honest.
I think it's getting awkward. Everyone?
And as we go, I'm going to turn around to the person and just go, yeah, bye. And leave. That's as far as I go.
Just waves. What did you get on your perception check, Etheria? From way back when?
16.
16? This time you do see Kessin.
Ah.
They are maybe 40 feet from you at one of the food stalls, and they bought a large chunk of meat on a wooden spike. They are in what you'd consider casual wear. Their kimono is not fully wrapped or anything like this. It's kind of open. It's more accepting of the temperatures. And they look kind of just relaxed, chilled. You don't see any weaponry on them. Nothing. They're in pure casual clothing and just enjoying.
Kensin is clanless, right?
Yes.
Would I know if they went on, if the clanless go on any kind of journey like I'm on?
Some do, some don't. Some do it specifically for the same reasons you're doing it. They are clanless, so they'll create a story over themselves to go back, present it, and then a clan will take them on. Whereas you've already been taken on, you're just earning the name. And there are others that give no shits.
I'm gonna wander over to Ketsin, and I don't want to interrupt him while I'm eating, so I'm gonna kind of hang around about a poncho and a half away, and just kind of awkwardly stand, kind of looking at him.
Do you make any? You're just going to stand awkwardly? Why is everyone doing everything awkwardly? All right, this
When
is.
when there's a gap in their meat and their massive chunk of meat and stuff, I'd probably cough a little bit and say, "Excuse me."
So when they've bought the food, when Ketsin's bought the food, they kind of just turn and are just straight into it. Steam, juices. Ketsin looks quite happy with their purchase. They don't seem to be with anyone, and they kind of just double take and notice you. And they stop eating, wipe their mouth. They see that you are carrying clan colours and the blossoms on your kimono. And they give a expected, what you've come to expect as a greeting of your clan. They're not. And then they carry on eating.
I give a small bow back and say, "Hi, I believe it's Ketsin."
It is. Greetings.
Greetings. My name's Etheria. I'm currently travelling out to end my place.
I will be honest, I've heard the tale of the crystal dragon that resides within the clan Akuma.
You've heard of me?
You are quite unique amongst our people.
I'm hoping to, I guess, live up to the stories and to further them more.
Well, I thought it was rumour, but here you are, and I doubt you stole what you wear. And they kind of look you up and down. Your authenticity is accurate.
Yeah, I don't think there's many people that look like me.
Hungry?
A little.
One more turns, and the person that's just got loads of these, like just chunks of meat on these wooden spikes, takes a silver off him and gives it. Yeah, eat. It's incredible.
Thank you. Take a bite in between eating. So, I came out on this journey, and to be honest, I'm a little lost. Did you undertake yours?
I was asked not to, but that is personal.
That's fine. I won't pry anything. I was just wondering if you had any advice for new travellers. And like I say, I got a little bit knocked off course of mine. Nearly killed by a dragon turtle, if you'd believe it.
I would not.
Yeah, really happened. Not the fiends I was looking to face out in the world. I haven't met any fiends yet. I keep meeting some bizarre creatures. I'm trying to help some friends in the hope that that's the right path for me. But otherwise, I don't really know where to go.
Where do you want to go?
Well, I want to protect my friends, which so far I seem to be doing a half-decent job of protecting one of them. He's not died yet, despite trying.
You have a friend that tries to die.
He seems to. He's got a thing for drink, and he doesn't make the best decisions.
Ah, right. I see. He needs a hardier constitution.
Yes. Yeah. He's trying. He's trying to bulk up. But yeah, I saw you wandering around, and I just thought I'd come say hi as someone from my homeland. And yeah, it's nice to see a not quite familiar face, but you know what I mean.
It's true. Most of the dynasty I usually see in a diplomatic scenario, but maybe find more fiends. Go back and tell your clan how many fiends you slayed, or...
Yeah, I'm hoping I can. That's the end goal, I guess. So far, I seem to have just met a mushroom and a snaky drakey thing.
Snaky drakey thing?
Yeah, it's a weird tale. This blue bard cut his own throat and became this big snaky lightning-y thing.
Oh, I heard of this last night. The entertainer, the blue Pelios, something blue.
Yes, Pelios the blue. Don't know why he did it, but we were there, and
Folk are strange.
don't think it counts as a fiend, but it's one for our team.
True, very true. So what now? Are you enjoying the festival, or
Yeah,
are
the
you
others are
resting?
just shopping. We've got a task, but the others are just shopping for some supplies, and I just saw you and thought I'd come over.
What are you shopping for?
I've got what I need. I've just left them to it.
Okay. What are
I
they
think
shopping for?
I think they're after potions.
Of what sort?
Healing. Some of them need it.
Will this help? It produces a almost jam jar sized portion from the pouches on his belt, and it is pale. It is on the cusp of red.
You've already given me food.
This is not for you. If you have everything you need, just give it to your friends.
You sure?
You are, upon your walk, it is my duty to make sure you are successful, or at least aid you. I am clanless, and therefore it is simply a duty. You may meet more of us along your way.
Well, thank you. If you're sure, I will gladly pass it on. I'm sure they'll be appreciative.
And they present you it as if you are being presented something of value. There is a bow to it. There is a held out for you to take.
I receive it likewise. I'm very appreciative. Thank them. Are you here on business? Are you here for the festival?
I'm here for the festival. I am celebrating the birth of my son.
Wow. Happy birthday to them.
Thank you.
Figuratively, festival. But yeah, are they around?
They are with their mother. They've been in and out of Ectelios.
It's a good place. Very strange place.
He likes the dancing.
Yeah. Don't do the roulette.
I've warned my partners not to play roulette with my newborn child.
Yeah. Our party tried it.
How are they still here?
It was a close call, but yes, I managed to pull them out with help. A lot of help.
Your friend who likes to try and die and drink. Ah, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
You don't let them play roulette. Small halfling beard hench.
Yeah. He's very funny, but he has a big mischievous streak.
He's a little shit.
That's another way of putting it. But yeah, thank you for this. I should let you get back to your shopping and get back to your son.
Please take care. And good luck on your
I will
walk.
try. Thank you. Just small bow, and I'll run back to the shop, especially if I see the others coming out.
Cool. So, just as you run back to the shop, they are indeed coming out of the shop. As they come out of the shop, a large firework goes off in the town, erupts into the sky, and it says, "We're taking a quick break." See that cheese right there? See that cheese right there? Right. So it's after past. We're gonna go and have a quick break. We're gonna go grab a cup of tea, probably relieve ourselves, and then we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the next part and see if they slot track anything, as Althea would say poetically. But yeah, so we'll be back in about 10 minutes, kids. Do not go away. There is hundreds of thousands of people watching. Well, 20 of you. But yeah, stick around. Play with the emojis. Use the emojis. Tea and hobnobs. Yes, Bardic. Hobnobs, baby. So yeah, we'll be back in a moment. Break. Right, we're back, I think, hopefully. Thank you for the bits. Was it Uli?
Uli and the sub from Gravebane.
And thank you, Gravebane, for the sub to the Nightbot. Cool. Still gonna ban you. Right.
Still getting Sam through uni, don't worry.
So, yeah, you'd only need the one to the one. He's gonna turn up. They'll be like, "No, mate." But there is a large rock that needs lifting over there. So, no idea what I was talking about. Just before the break, you are out and about, straight out of Ectelio's, just blinkered, woof, straight into the thing. Tracking rolls a go-go. You found out that the festival of Birth is now in full flow, or at least the first day of it. It is very early morning and the place is rammed already. Shops are open, people are drinking, they're eating, there's games going on. Music's being played, soft, fast, loud, quietly. There are poems being told in their small amphitheatres. There are a lot of performances going on in Buxy Bay at the moment. Excuse me. You have found out that Gluttonius is holding, or is got someone working the table they were at the day before, and they're handing out small parchments / leaflets, inviting folk to the festival, to the Feast of Stars, which is a grand feast celebrating the Festival of Birth. It is being held at a smaller town northeast-ish of Buxy Bay along the coast called Cleai. It is more of a, as I described earlier, a beer garden town. It's more chilled atmosphere, still full of bardic folks, just relaxing rather than being in the thrum of it. We do have loads of new emojis, please use them. So it is take you a couple of days to get there, ish. The feast is in a couple of days. So even though there's not a real rush to go, oh no, if we don't go now we won't be late, you probably wouldn't be there on time if you went this evening. You'd probably have to set off no later than early afternoon. Several hours ahead of you. You've been to the alchemist shop, the Turtle Shell, and bought a couple of healing potions. Etheria interacted with Ketsin, a clanless Goliath from the Ver Dynasty, who it appears, something new for Etheria to learn on their walk, that these clanless folk from the Ver Dynasty are duty bound to aid those not clanless on their spring break. Gap year. I don't know if Bjorn's going to go talk to a cow about a dog, but we shall see. What else have you done? That's about it, really. You're out the alchemist shop. You're there, Etheria, back from talking to Ketsin. You're all outside the alchemist shop. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. Bjorn, I think this might help. I'll pass over the healing potion given to me by Ketsin.
Much larger and a deeper red.
Thank you very much. Sorry, do we have any idea, so we can add them to our inventory, what kind of healing potions these are?
Nope, you didn't ask.
Awesome. Nice.
Drink it and I'll tell you.
No, I'm good.
Leo walks past. Roulette!
However, they are magical in nature, yes. So, Velk, when you are perhaps finished with the coins, if you could have a look at these also.
Just add them to the queue.
By the way, Velk, I was wondering what kind of inspiration I am about to have about the coins.
I just smile at him. I like it as I'm still kind of running them between my fingers.
No inspiration yet. Good.
Are you ready? Are you ready, Velk?
Yeah.
Someone else might want to write this down. So collectively, there's
I got it.
6 golden coins/discs and the wooden one are a ritual focus for a summoning ritual. The amount of power within them will bring forth a very powerful, or what you consider to be very powerful, celestial creature. There is no information from your arcane digging that tells you what creature would be brought forward, but it is of a substantial amount of power. The wooden one, all of these need attuning to get what I'm about to tell you. If they're not attuned, they're just shiny coins and a wooden coin in your hand. The wooden one, if you attune to it, you can cast Bark Skin, as per the spell straight out of the book, twice per long rest. I put Bark Sin, not Skin. Well,
I also put Barks in, as I was right. Yeah.
Great minds, mate.
Great minds.
You two are the same person with different filters on.
Eddie is me when I was born. The 6 golden ones. So, first one, if attuned to it, will increase your AC by 1. Yep. The second one, if attuned to it, you can cast Cure Wounds per long rest. Twice per long rest, sorry.
So much money.
Third coin, Shield of Faith, once per long rest, as the spell is written, so you must concentrate on it once you've cast it.
Once per long rest, is it? So Shield of Faith.
Once per long rest. So Althea can cast it. She can cast Shield of Faith through the coin, but she'd also be classed as concentrating.
Yeah.
Next one, 1d4 radiant damage. Every time, but it's got to be a melee blow. Or an arrow, it's got to be. Oh, I don't word that. It's got to be not a spell attack. So you could do
melee weapon attack.
or an arrow. You can't do firebolt, and then add.
Just a weapon attack.
Yeah, sorry.
So 1d4 radiant damage.
On a weapon attack.
Weapon attack, yeah. The Shield of Faith, is that, sorry, just quickly, on yourself? Or can it be on anybody?
As a spell, mate. So you can
I didn't know if it was like a self thing.
No, it just gives you the ability to cast it once a day. Yeah.
That's good.
You
So
still count it.
1d4
It does
radiant damage to a melee blow. How many
not
times
melee, weapon attack.
a weapon attack.
Is that a
You,
one-off?
you have 1d4 radiant damage on your weapon attacks.
Cool.
Like with every blow.
You have 1d4 radiant damage on
cool,
your weapon
cool.
attacks.
Nice.
Number 5. You have a luck roll once per long rest. So you essentially have a reroll, which can be used on the DMs because it is. Imagine if you had luck but only 1 instead of 3 points.
Yeah.
And the last one, every single morning when you wake up, you get 10 temporary hit points. Once they're used, they're gone. You can't heal into them. Next morning, you wake up with another 10 temporary hit points. None of this works unless you are attuned to them.
Cool. They're Captain Planet rings.
As long as you get rid of heart, I'm all for it.
Earth, wind, water, fire, love.
I was like, what are you doing here?
That's a nice set.
As I'm kind of like flicking through my hands, I'll pass Bjorn back the. Which one is it? Bjorn back the 4th one. The 1d4 radiant damage. Yeah. Like. Bjorn thinks this one's for me.
Are these like our like gang sign, like what unites us? Like we all going to wear them around necklaces. Like...
Yeah, we're the
I think we should all
Planeteers.
wear them as pendants.
We're the Planeteers now, and then we combine them all with summon Captain Planet.
I need a jeweler.
I hate you, Tony. I love you all in the same.
What do I think this does, spell?
Bjorn
Yes.
thinks this will make me hit harder.
Fairs girls, can I have that?
And do I think I perhaps need to spend some time with the coin?
And just smile.
I will take that as a Velk yes.
You can take it as maybe.
He tends not to smile if it is a no.
What's keeping going?
I don't think I've ever seen him not smile.
It's never a
I
no.
think no. It's a no when he talks. When you have a sudden idea, when you have a sudden idea and he tells you about it, it's a no. You've got it wrong. It's this. When he doesn't talk, you've got it right.
And I think, perhaps, as Bjorn, that the other coins should go to the other members of the group.
Bjorn thinks in time.
I can't believe you asked about yourself in the fucking third person. He's done you. He's got you, man. He's got you. No charm effect needed. No fucking you can't save against it. Eddie has done you.
Stockholm, that is. Stockholm.
It's in session 1.
Hey, now that we've sorted out that, anyone fancy a walk?
Where are we going?
I will. I'll just start walking off, and I'm going to go to the alchemists where Remy is.
Elk goes,
Or like-
yes, and
do
walks.
you know where it is?
Yeah. It's the house on the way near the old Raminette, or like where they went.
The,
Sure, they showed me.
the alchemist that Remy went to is the one you've just been in and bought the
Oh,
stuff.
is it theirs?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no,
I thought it was.
his master is
Yeah, that one.
Odysseus' house.
Yeah, so only
Odysseus' house.
only Althea, Etheria, and Bjorn know where it is.
Aye, sure, I wrote down where it was. And maybe it's because I'm.
You might have wrote it down for them.
I can't. Yeah. I got
You write
my notes.
everything down. Though.
I haven't got my notes.
So only Althea, Etheria Beyond know exactly where it is. I mean, you could easily walk and ask, or just whistle, Odysseus.
Velk has a sudden inspiration where he knows where Odysseus lives a few buildings down from the guild house. Do it right.
Velk sheds a single tear of pride.
Didn't even know where I was going. Just started walking and he knew.
Etheria's all grown up.
If Etheria says that, I'll start walking, just out of the blue, or has told me previously where it is.
It would come completely out of the blue because he hasn't said you go in there. But
or if if not, I'll wander off.
Have you made any suggestion that you're going looking for Odysseus?
If not, I'll just wander off and go and speak to somebody on the way.
Well, that's what. Well, so if you don't say it out loud, they don't know. So do you say out loud, "I'm off to look for Odysseus"?
No, I'll
Cool.
just wander
You
off.
just so yeah. So you lot just see Velk start walking into the crowd.
Just he said, anyone fancy a walk? Leaves.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to follow Vel.
I mean, Velk's not stealthing, so
Just wandering.
just like,
I'm going to shrug and then I'm going to send a message to Velk saying, "Where are we going?"
you get a smiley emoji back.
Just smile.
We need one of those really long things that kids had on the back of their bikes in the 80s, flags, like just on the back of Velk.
I think we need one of them things where it's a thing you hold onto and it's a
Baby
harness.
reins, yeah.
The lead.
I'll
You want to put
say,
a lead on it.
Etheria thinks we're all leaving soon.
It's very terrifying.
For a better place.
Wait, how long can I say stuff for?
25 words.
You've done math before. Don't try again.
Count as you speak. Count as you speak.
I'll say but a moment to speak to friends, and keep walking. That'll do. I think that's only 25.
Cool.
It's under you. I'll shrug and just follow.
Okay. Velk, what are you actually doing? Because you're just
I'll
walking
just
from
walk
book
past,
to
and then I'll go and just say I'll ask people on the way Odysseus, and it's where his house is.
As you can hear now, Velk asking about Odysseus, and a few people just point in the direction that Odysseus's house is.
I will cast message and I will send the aforementioned message I said.
The address. Just keep walking.
It fits.
Cool. So you now know where Odysseus is. Bjorn, yes or no, dog? Are you muted?
I'm not going to go
Oh.
or suggest because I now have 2 gold left.
Oh, what? Dogs are not expensive.
I'll buy you a dog. Alfie offered you platinum.
I will. I'll go. If we're not going to go into lunchtime, I will make a beeline for the old white ram.
Are you doing it? You know these lot are off to Odysseus. Velk's asking people, etc. Are you letting them go to Odysseus and you're going to the old white ram, or are you going with them
Yes.
and then? All right, cool.
I'm going to go on with.
Cool.
I'll give Bjorn a platinum piece before he leaves and say, "Get the dog."
I think it might be a little bit more than 10.
I have 10 gold, Bjorn. If
It's a
that
very
helps.
expensive dog, you lunatics.
And we're not bloody having it.
Just go and talk to him and find out how much he wants for the dog.
I'll give
No,
Bjorn the
but-
10 gold just in case. I said, if you need it, there you go.
Thank you.
Oh, see a man about a dog.
Take care.
Literally.
Yes, I am going to see a man about the dog.
So as you go to ye olde white ram, you get to Odysseus's Jesus. You get to Odysseus's Jesus.
This is Jesus.
Knock on the Velk. You're knocking. You're walking in.
I just walk in.
Cool. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Nice.
As you approach the villa,
6.
you do have 5 rerolls.
6.
Thanks for your support, community. But we don't want your money.
less than an hour till we finish.
All
Five
right,
rerolls
all
to
right,
use.
all right.
I mean, I'm happy.
There we go.
I get to roll some
Right.
damage dice.
So it's now 19, which is
19.
way better.
Is that 12 plus 30, yeah?
You sure? Yeah, you sure it's 19?
15 plus 4.
So, as you just walk in, you hear a thump. You smile to your right and see a sharp, arrow-like arrow coming at your face. And you just kind of do a little bit of a roll and just up onto your feet, smiling back at the
Carry on
door
walking.
as you see you all lot walking towards you, and then you turn and carry on walking in.
Nice.
Coming towards you down the corridor is Odysseus. Long hair, all sat round their shoulders in their mane. Their clothing they're wearing is one of someone that would be training for physical exertion. They are completely soaked in sweat from their morning exercise, and they're just holding a jug of water as they sip from it and walk towards you, and they're like, "Good morning."
Odysseus thinks his good friend Remy has dropped this coin, and I'll hand him the wooden coin.
He does not take the wooden coin, and he looks past you. Who's behind Velk?
Yeah.
A group of us.
I need
Morning,
the first person.
yes.
Good
This
morning,
is
Etheria.
Thank you for last night.
You're welcome.
This is Velk. Not
Ah.
really sure why he's come here, but morning.
Well, welcome, Velk. But I do not require a coin. Ah, Althea.
Odysseus thinks the coin is not for him, it's just for Remy.
Is Remy around, Odysseus? Sorry to barge in like this. We're off soon, and I think Velk wants to say goodbye. I'm sure, as we all do.
Remy is with Halamar on the second floor.
Do you mind if we pop up, or would you like to... Can he come down?
Probably best if they come down. There is quite a pungent... They mix a lot of things. And Remy is quite keen to... He's only been here maybe a passing of an hour. And already there is smoke coming from Halamar's lab.
Oh, he's not
It's
hurting
Remy.
us, is
I don't... Alright, we'll find out. And just calls back, Halamar! It rings out across the villa. A few moments pass. He still doesn't take the coin from Velk. And you see Remy and Halamar turn up, the half-elf. Comes in with a apron on, thick gloves, soot. You can see very comically the soot across the face that's got like green streaks through it. And where they've closed their eyes, they've now opened them, so they've got like panda eyes because they've thingy. Remy's there with a pair of goggles. Well, they're like thick glass, and there's just material holding them around the edges. In an apron, one glove, all the fingers missing off it, and they're jagged, so it looks like it's recently been done. You can see sores on Remy's fingers, and the other glove is intact. And they just come into the main area, dining area, where... Well, sorry, the main dining area. He's still in the edge of the corridor where Velk's like, "Here, have a bit of wood." Your friends are here, Remy. Ah, morning. Just like takes the cloth and glass goggles off and like, oh, ow. Hello. Are you all good? How?
I walk straight over to Remy. I'm like, Odysseus passes Remy a wooden coin that he dropped earlier.
Odysseus goes, I'd like to point out, I don't, but your friend has a gift for you. And Remy's like, oh, thank you, Velk. Takes the wooden coin.
I smile.
Turn and start walking out.
To remember you by, okay. And kind of just looks for somewhere to put it and tucks it away in a pouch.
Remy, it's probably useful. You should spend some time looking at it. Probably, maybe that's what Bjorn said. Bjorn's not here now. Enjoy your coin.
You want me to look at it? It's just...
Just spend some time. I don't. You translate that.
Velk, have you left?
Yeah, just straight up walk out.
Odysseus will turn. Is care to explain?
I think it's magical, Remy. You might.
Be.
So when you say look at it, I understand. Do you want me to connect with it, attune to it?
Yes, attune.
I don't know, cuddle it, stroke it.
Where's it come from?
Bjorn found it, I think.
bag, maybe?
So Bjorn just found it and now has suggested I have it.
I think Belk looked at them and they do have sort of special properties. We haven't been given the information, but I'm sure it would only be positive. Belk's not going to hurt you.
Well, if I'm not coming with you, why do I need it?
Not
Maybe
sure.
it'll help you.
We don't know what it does, but it might be of more use to you than it would be to any of us. So just study it
You know Velk.
tonight, maybe, and yeah.
Well, you know Velk as well as we do. There must be a reason.
So Halamar is looks across at as pockets a coin. It's quite extraordinary, but I sense the magic as it was passed. Do you mind if I'll have a look right now for you if you want, Remy?
Please.
Remy passes the coin and Halamar casts Identify there and then. Has a moment and then explains to Remy. You have the strength of bark a few times a day. So if you're ever fighting or if you wish to practice in Odysseus' arenas, then, well, you'll be harder to hurt. Remy's super confused. Okay.
You need a bit of protection.
Might even come in use when you're in the laboratory. Things going well? Is it?
Halamar
Just staring at his
Halamar steps back, so like Remy's in front of him and goes. Yes, Halamar showed me all sorts of stuff. They've got he showed me how to he labels his potions so you know what's in them. Yeah, that's great. So I'm going to be doing that more.
So proud.
Also showed me how I can I can make people like I had one that will make you really fast. I think somebody had it before. Was it who had it before? Was it Bjorn that had the fast one? Yeah, I now know how to make that. Like I can make it on purpose.
Not just on a fluke.
I can make it on purpose, yeah. There's still a few potions that Halamar's taken off me that I'm not allowed to use, and he has point blank refused to tell me what they looks at Halamar's like, in time.
I'm gonna look at Halamar
and And Odysseus, so are you staying for breakfast, or are you just passing wood around? Haha.
I think we are leaving. We're leaving town today, Remy. Travelling to insert name of place here. I forgot what it's called.
It's a very complicated clay.
Clay. Clay Eye.
Yeah.
You will know where that is, Remy, being a Taurian like myself.
It's just northeast of here. A couple of days travel, I hear.
Yeah, that's where we're going. Yeah.
Why?
We're off there to find someone that we've been looking for. Part of the sort of reason that we've been in here. Someone that Faye specifically is looking for. But yeah, that's where we're going.
Who? Says Odysseus.
Glutonius?
The one you asked about before.
Yes.
How do you know to go there?
She's holding a feast for the feast of the stars or something for the
yes,
celebration.
It's common for folks. Normally, people with a fair amount of money, it's a free feast. So
yeah, she's hosting one in Clay, so we're going to go and see if she's there, and hopefully the other people we're looking for will be there too.
You seem to be into the food.
Yes.
I have a thing where once we started eating, Bjorn said he struggled to stop, he struggled to walk away from her.
Yeah.
We might need to be aware of those kind of
Makes a feast
effects.
interesting, don't you think?
Yeah, we might want to avoid any sit-down meals with her.
is this your friend who played roulette?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the one with an addiction problem couldn't walk away from something. Maybe not magical. Maybe just.
I don't think he actually has an addiction problem. I think he has an impulsivity problem, based on an experience with a very large toilet.
I would say being addicted to impulsive decisions is an addictive problem.
I think he's had a lot of bad luck. I'm going to give Remy a big
Odysseus is completely winging that, and it's just hoping it flies.
You broke your shield, obviously.
Well,
He didn't. I did.
are you setting
He
off
replaced
right
my
now,
shield.
or?
Before midday, maybe in the next couple of hours. I don't think we're in a rush.
Alexander has spoken to me this, later last night or early hours this morning. The local authorities are to take care of whatever it is you did at the old White Ram.
Do.
That's good.
something to do with a fight that went wrong and somebody's life may have been taken. Alexander was quite vague, but it was more for me to tell Remy. But as soon as you're here, I thought I'd pass on word.
Thank you. Yeah.
As Alexander is not at home at the moment, so.
Where is he? Out of interest.
I do not know. He said he would be away for the day, so. Could I tell Remy? But as soon as you're here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give Remy a hug and say goodbye and say hopefully we'll be back. Maybe within a week if we come straight back here. I can't see why we wouldn't, but I don't know what's gonna happen when we go. So be good.
Okay. Remy hugs you tight. Looks at the rest of you. Does anyone hug Remy?
I do it, but it is the most awkward hug you've ever seen. I'm like, okay, bye, Remy. Cool.
Remy reciprocates the same awkward hug.
I stand there waiting if he wants to hug me, but kind of like.
I hug Etheria on the way past.
Remy sort of like leans in, doesn't really touch you with the hug, like full Sheldon hug, like yeah. I mean, just like kind of does a bit of a. You get like a fingertip on the shoulder. Oh, okay. Looks at Raya. Maybe not. Bye. And he goes back towards the stairs up. It's as if everything's fine. He's more than happy to be where he is. I can't leave him by himself. I do. My apologies, but I will do my best. And kind of nods to Althea. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the festival, and maybe see you in a week. And Halmai gives a little nod and disappears after. Remy! Please don't set fire to.
Is Remy gone?
Yeah, they're now gone upstairs.
Right, okay.
Just Odysseus. Okay. Velk has left. FaZe is on her way out. Bjorn's obviously not there. Raya and Etheria still stood near.
As everyone leaves, if everyone leaves, I'm going to hang back just quickly to say something to Odysseus.
Do you all
I
leave?
leave with FaZe.
Cool.
Then I'll. Oh, sorry, go on, Tony.
No, I was just saying yes.
I think they were just nodding.
So I'll. He seems very keen to get back, so I was going to give this to him, but it's probably easier if you could, please. I promise it's not enchanted like anything that Melt would have given you, but she just pulls out. It's a necklace, but it's like a little pendant, and it's half a star, and you imagine there's like another half that goes with it. And she kind of gives it to him and say, could you just give this to Remy? Tell him that I will want it back next time I see him, but I don't know where we're going, and I can't say I've done anything like this before, so just in case, for whatever reason, I don't come back, tell him that it's something that I've had since I was little.
Odysseus takes it incredibly gently and just holds it and kind of examines the half star. He means a lot to you, yes?
He's the closest thing I have to a best friend.
There is a... You don't need an insight check. Odysseus just smiles and nods. A friend. We all need a friend sometimes. In that case, make sure you return, yes? Not only for Remy, but you owe me a fight.
I do. I intend to try my best for both of those reasons.
Take care of yourself over here.
Turn and leave.
And you just hear the metal chink thrown into the fire. No. This cheap shit. Do you know,
tin.
You're in the house of Odysseus, I mean. They got wooden coins, tin fucking amulets. There's some respect around here. Bjorn, as you're a merry bunch, we're off, whatever that was. You go down to the old White Ram and stood on the door, on the outside this time, is the large Minotaur and the large black-haired Mastiff known as Dog. They were on the inside the last time you were here, but the amount of traffic that's just coming in and out, people are drinking out in the street and such, the Minotaur has just stood there and Dog is just kind of sat.
Good day, Master Minotaur.
It is. You alright? How's it going? We're not fighting again, are we? Looking around for your rest of your friends.
We have, do not think, been fighting. Unless it was together against the great Lightningborn that appeared in your establishment.
That was ridiculous, but yeah.
It was. I have a question of you, if you have a moment.
Go for it.
You're the dog,
Aye.
and can I bend down as well to scratch the dog?
The dog leans forward and lets you scritch, remembering your tundra scent. Old Spice.
How much would it be to buy the dog?
The dog in window, it's not for sale.
Not
If
even
I-
the
if I
one
sell
with the
dog-
waggly tail?
If I sell dog, my other half and kids are going to take my horns off me. You got kids and a partner?
I have not.
Dogs for life, mate.
Yes,
Not just for Buxy Bay, for life.
Perhaps for 20 gold, they might be persuaded.
I'm going to repeat. My wife and kids will cut my horns off and put them in places where no amount of Vitorian sun is going to shine. You could offer me 1,000. Have you got 1,000 gold?
Not at the moment.
You could offer me 1,000 gold, and I'd say no.
There is nothing I could do to persuade you.
It's not me you need to persuade, it's the kids.
The local? No, I am joking.
Marcel's like, hang a fucking man.
Where did you buy him?
Oh, we didn't buy him. We just got him off one of the vineyards south of Buxy Bay. It's not far. There's loads of them. See, you can see him on the hills when you come in on the ships.
He was wild or tame?
No, they have mastiffs. We just got him as a pup.
And how much was he?
We didn't buy him. They had loads of puppies. We went and got them.
I will try and make my way when I have a chance to see if they have any more. Thank you very much for the information.
You're very welcome. By the way,
Yes?
you lot are a bit handy. Like, I gotta be honest, I am incredibly grateful that you were like. I don't mind throwing a few drunkens out, but lightning, drakes, snakes, whatever that was, it's not my forte.
You handled yourself well enough in that fight too, my friend.
Well, I know, I
you
hate
should not
stuff.
Sell yourself short.
I'm not. Looks dead confused. I'm not selling myself short. I'm bigging yourself. I know I can bounce. I know I can swing. Like this, and just pats the axe. What I'm saying is, thank you.
You are very welcome. If ever we are in this situation again, we will be happy to help. But fingers crossed, we will not be, and you will have a very quiet time for a while yet.
I pray to all 12 that I do. And you, for some reason, dog's like.
He's a very understanding one, dog.
Yeah, I'll have to credit the nippers for that. Like, he really knows what's going on.
I need to rejoin my friends, but thank you for taking your time today.
Alright,
Good luck. Enjoy the rest of the festival.
thank you, and take care, yeah? And again, thanks. Tell the rest of them thanks. So I don't have to
I will.
say it again, but yeah. And spits on the floor.
We were perhaps not on the best of terms when we first met. Who can I say has sent their thanks this time?
Ajax.
Ajax. It is a pleasure. I am Bjorn. Good day, Ajax.
Good day, Beyond. Dog.
And I'm gonna
Dog.
go off and find him.
Dog scritches over to you. And
That's
just
stroking
kind
before
of nuzzles into you and licks your hand. And as you walk away, you're walking away, you get a feeling on your hand, and you look, and you kind of just been licked by a dog, so you wipe your hand, and as you look at your hands, there's like greenery, like you've dug your hand in a garden and picked up a clump of mud, and there are shoots of grass, and just a couple of black-petaled flowers that you've never seen the flower before, and it is that you're just holding a clump of soil with these, and it don't really manifest until you're about maybe 50 feet from them. But it's where a dog licked you.
Bjorn thinks he needs to ask a few more questions of Velk. I'll just say to myself in the middle of the street.
So, some pissed up looks like you're fucking nuts, mate.
I'm gonna go find Velk or... Ooh, a druid. I'm gonna go find... We have a druid. I'm gonna go find Rhea.
Hold on, I need to find Guy. Right, continue.
As you all start making your... Velk, where are you going? Who the fuck knows?
I'll go outside, and I was going to wait until they all stop piling out, but I'll go, like, I'll walk into the market square as well, just ready for if Bjorn's about, that sort of thing. So
Okay.
wait until everybody starts clustering.
So you all eventually do cluster. It's still morning time, but it's not crack of dawn morning. You've had about an hour, maybe a bit longer, to walk around, go to the shop, go to Odysseus, go to Old White Ram, etc. And you do eventually meet up.
Velk, Rhea, do either of you know why a dog licked my hand and suddenly flowers grew from it?
I think it licks
Go
you
on.
because it likes you.
You want Arcana?
Icana?
Yeah! I can't.
that's
That's
not-
actually the name of a very famous...
I kind of do it.
Bjorn
You want to do an Arcana check, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at his hand.
Alright.
Bjorn thinks maybe the dog is actually a druid, playing out his life or their life in some sort of meaningless, simple way.
Oh wow, living as a dog.
What did you get?
Natural 2022, please.
There's a clump of dirt and flowers in Bjorn's hand. The flowers are black petals. You've never seen the flowers before, even in your forests. There doesn't seem to be any arcane about it. Or, I mean, you weren't there to witness it, but from what you can see at the minute, Bjorn is currently just holding a clump of dirt with some flowers. You could do it if you wanted to. Like, you can... His question of, why does this appear? You could be like, I can make it appear. But there's nothing blatantly obvious about him holding a clump of dirt, and to your knowledge, and you're quite confident in, yes, someone can magically make them appear, but why, you've no idea.
I'll hold his hand and go, You've just picked up some dirt. Look, and then grabs his other hand, and I'm going to cast Craft to put flowers and stuff onto his other hand.
Similar-ish amount, mate. Like,
I think that dog might be a druid. Sorry, I know I am repeating the thought I said out loud just a few moments ago, but I think that dog might be a druid.
Bjorn.
Yes.
You said you were never going to do roulette again. Are you doing drugs?
I have not.
Odysseus did suggest that you might have an addiction.
I have only met him once. How does he know if I have an addiction or not?
Because you were muppet enough to do roulette 3 times to reach that point.
Now, it's like
I am not on drugs.
We are apparently all friends here. You can tell us. We can help.
I have not taken any substances. This is
The
not.
dog licked you, and then you picked up some dirt and suddenly flowers.
There is not.
I don't think dogs are druids.
But druids can be dogs.
Sure, but not all the time. It would wear off.
What about the curse?
You think someone cursed a person and turned them into a dog?
Yes.
Does
There
that
is
sound
a
likely to
possibility.
anyone else? Is Bjorn drinking again?
So, if they
The
could
6
make,
of us.
if
In
they
se-
could make saliva into flowers, I'm pretty sure they'd find a way to be able to be like, oh, actually, plot twist, I'm human, or something.
or perhaps
Say-
they are.
Didn't a person turn into a serpent, and then
Thank you,
killed
Althea.
them, and then they turned back into it? Like, this isn't completely out of the realms of everything we experienced in the last
This-
24 hours. Like,
Althea, I'm fully just winding Bjorn up. I'm more than happy to go and talk to the dog if that would work for everyone.
Well, this is fine. We have our quest, but I think when we come back to Buxy Bay, we need to discuss the dog.
Well, we have to come back to collect Remy. So.
How are we talking to dogs?
Well, you are a druid. I'm sure there is
Can't
a
you
way for
talk to
you
dogs?
to talk to dogs.
I don't really bother.
But you could.
Why?
Um,
All of the dogs are the goodest boys. There is no.
They all got
Exactly, so
11.
why do I need to tell them?
Look, how many
They already
podcasts
know
are we
it.
away?
From the dog,
From the pub, yes.
you're not far. Couple of ponchos walk.
and we're outside.
Great, we're out there. Look, why don't we just go and have a quick chat with the dog before we leave? Because
Why
it
don't
might be a
we-
while.
Because we need to nip this in the bud before we go. 'Cause we're just going to be thinking
Can we
about
just talk
it
to the
and
dog?
I can't
With
live
the-
with the suspense. Like,
I really.
With the way the tracking works, we are literally losing valuable time on stalking this
we don't have
person.
to track.
We know where they're going.
We did the tracking.
I want to do more tracking. It's the only thing I'm good at.
We're tracking them to a place that they're advertising that they're going to be.
But they might lie.
Theory is looking
lie.
dazed at this and just pours out a bit of canteen and starts shaping water into a dog. Well, it's just playing.
Okay, let's just. Rhea, would you be willing to try and have a quick chat with the dog? Just to see if they're actually a person and they're happy.
No. So, right. The thing is, I don't talk to animals.
Would you turn into a dog that speaks dog?
Genius.
I've never turned into a dog, so I don't know if I can turn into a dog.
Everything right.
Surely once you see the dog, you can turn into the dog.
Not that specific dog. That could get complicated.
Maybe, but
That would save us buying a dog as well.
I'm not being Bjorn's dog.
We don't need to be a permanent dog.
I don't have much pride, but I will draw the line there.
I do not want you to be my dog. I do not want to own another thinking creature like yourself.
But in that case, then you don't want to own a dog because dogs are thinking creatures.
We just want to check if the dog's
We want to
okay
find out
as
if this
they
dog
are.
is more of a thinking creature than we think it is.
Fine, we'll see.
You're the best, right?
I don't think we're getting onto the travelling montage
You know what?
this session, guys.
Eddie, you remember when we were talking about D&D and you were like, it'd be cool to do a like level 1 to 20 campaign, like Uber, yeah. Animals
Just
and
have
a quick
farming
chat
wood.
with the dog. Talking to dogs.
So you head back to the old White Rat. Outside, there is lots of people drinking and having a laugh. And there is the massive Minotaur, now known to Bjorn as Ajax. Ajax is his cousin. And the large black mastiff known as Doc. What do you do, adventurers?
Freya is just going to walk up to Dog and then attempt to change form into a dog.
Being
Because
a
I
moon,
am wasting wild shape on this.
being
Gonna watch
a moon druid, and your druidic skills, it is a thing of, if you are around a creature or some such, you are able to take its form, or a form of. So, more easily than you expected, you do take the form of a dog. It can mimic the one you see before you, the black mastiff, or so you are also a black mastiff. Cool.
No creativity, just black mastiff.
Just copy, bang. Cool.
There is a slight look of shock on a dog's face. That is Freya. I'm going, oh, okay.
Raggy?
Sarcastically turn into a mastiff.
Raggy?
That's what Ray's done.
Etheria drops the water she's been playing with us, so we're walking there, and just looks shocked. So, she's the prettiest dog.
Althea just looks over. Ray looks over her shoulder. I will bite you.
I'm
Rhea.
resisting the urge to tell Rhea to sit.
I just need to check something on. What shit?
I was waiting for this.
I'm pretty sure you can speak to the creature? But I just want to make sure.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, well, just because I have, the abilities doesn't mean that the
So
dog can.
you can you can remain in it for what, you level 4, so you can remain in it for 2 hours.
2 hours. Nowhere does it
While
say
you are
that I'm able
transformed.
to commune.
Your game stats are replaced by the beasts, but you retain your alignment, personality, turns wisdom. You also retain your skill saving throws, higher creatures bonus, beast hit points, turn damage. You can't cast spells, and your ability to speak or take action there. You can't cast spells or speak in human form, like you normally would, so you won't be able to do your spells.
But it's like their intelligence is 4.
Have you got the master stats?
You keep your own.
Oh no, I
intelligence,
just have
don't you?
dog stats. Hold on.
You keep your own intelligence, though, don't you?
Yes.
No. Yeah.
I just need
Yeah,
to know
not-
if the dog
not
has
polymorph.
languages.
Oh yeah, not polymorph. Sorry, I forgot.
I mean, we'll see. So, are you going to try and speak to the dog?
I will attempt to speak to dog.
Cool. Give me a animal handling check.
15.
15. What are you trying to convey to the dog? When you say speak.
Are you just dog, or are you something else that's been transformed into a dog?
Jesus.
Are you just dog or are you more? Are we humans or are we dancers?
What does he get? 15?
15.
So what you lot hear is Ray go, and dog just kind of tilts their head, listens, but like the ears just kind of not like prick up the mastiff ears, so they just kind of raise a little bit, and then dog just starts walking around you in a circle.
I think he's flirting.
And then
Right,
does like goes around you maybe twice, and then sits back in front of you, just sits and just faces you.
Freya is just going to like turn her head, look at the rest of the party, look disappointed, and then look back at dog.
Dog looks at you,
Just dog. Oh, carry on.
and you hear in your voice, "Dog."
Just dog.
Dog.
If a dog had thumbs, it would literally just go, and then walk off.
As a dog, yeah.
As a dog.
Cool. So you just see dog go towards Raya after walking around her a couple of times, and then Raya just heads back to you lot in dog form.
Gonna sit there, just look at them.
Who's a good girl?
I know how much AD does not like player-on-player violence, so I'm not gonna do that.
I don't mind, as long as I'm not the
But if
player.
it's justified. Okay, so it's just a dog.
Yeah,
I
nods.
don't know. Oh, okay.
Just nods.
Are you a happy dog? Mark once for yes. Are you a happy dog?
Who are you asking?
A dog.
Raya dog
Raya.
or dog?
Ray was
Dog.
just gonna turn around to dog and go, happy dog or sad dog? Bark once for happy, sad for twice.
What? What the fuck?
I
Bark
don't know what
once,
words were there. I think the dog is affecting my brain.
bark once for happy, or sad for twice was genius. So as you're looking at dog, you just go, "Ow!"
Freya just turns back to the party, again just looking very disappointed and looking like life does not want to be part of her anymore.
Oh, Jesus.
Bjorn thinks, that was funny. Time to go.
Thank you, Bjorn, for pointing that out. We should leave.
Don't mention it.
I don't think
Raya
we should.
just
Raya's gonna
trots
stab
off.
you.
Just.
Isn't, because Velk is small, and I'm saying this out loud, isn't he
Don't
small
you.
enough to ride a
Come on.
as a mount?
Mastiff,
Raya just turns.
these Mastiff dogs are huge. Velk
I
could
want to-
easily ride the
I want
Mastiff.
to pick Velk up and chase Raya with him.
What is my running speed?
40 feet.
Fantastic.
You're faster than
John.
Althea, who is also carrying someone, so he's considerably slower than you.
I will be kicking my legs at 25 feet every 6 seconds. As we run.
Fine, that means we do 55 feet.
Can I run after them going, Raya, Raya, please! Raya, please! Please, Raya! Please! We're leaving.
Ajax looks at
Nah.
Dog. Dog looks at Ajax, and they look at you a lot. And there are moments in the pair's life that they regret now. As you're chasing Raya, Althea, give me a perception check. You and Orvelk. As you're
Is that definitely Raya, or is that dog?
18.
Natural 20.
cool. The same black flowers that you saw in Bjorn's hand, you can see them around just behind the ears, and like they've made like a daisy chain around Raya's neck. And there's a slight greying to the black to give them that offshoot of the jet black fur that Raya is mimicking of Dog. As she's belting it through the crowds. And you lot are like, oh, please let me ride you. It's a bit weird.
The
Raya,
flowers.
please!
The same two blokes that were getting pissed that morning, seeing you lot again.
Running after a dog.
Carrying a gnome, chasing a dog.
Just look at each other. Cheers, mate. Just keep drinking.
As I'm
Brony and
still being
Buxy.
as I'm still being held. I'm like, the party goes north.
Like a large baby, like that.
I love how Goblin Dad has just gone overheard in D&D. Please let me
Shoulders
ride
up,
you.
So Ethereum Bjorn, you've seen the three amigos dash off into the crowd. What are you two doing?
I think that's a sign to get on this trip, I guess.
I think so too.
I'm sure we'll catch up when they get tired.
Do we not want to tell Alexander what we were doing?
Alexander's out.
You're not
yeah,
there. There's only Ethereum.
Oh, sorry.
Alexander's gone out apparently. He's aware that we're going to find the dwarf, so I'm sure he knows that we're heading out.
I would avoid us too.
Yeah. At this stage, I'm thinking that.
Let us follow our new friends.
Yeah. If I see the drunk people pass it as we follow the others and they've looked after the dog, I'm just going to send a message to them and just say, "Bark, bark!" And carry on walking.
Bark.
Like a dog.
Right, not bark.
Like a Scottish dog.
Like a Scottish dog. You wee barking bastard. Anyway, so they literally, as they're drinking away, and they both hear that bark in their heads, they look at each other. Bark! And just nail the floor of the thingy.
They're my favourite NPCs now. Can they stay with us?
If
No,
Etheria?
they're staying here.
Etheria.
Yeah?
This is yours. And I hand the 10 gold back.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
And
Yeah.
we'll catch him up.
Cool. Raya, you've 2 hours of this if you so wish. They cannot catch you, and you'll probably skittle people out of the way if you just, What's your plan regarding them trying to put Valk on your back?
Oh, I was just outpacing them until they just got bored of trying.
Althea, do you get bored of trying?
Not
Not Ree. Does Althea get bored of trying?
Yes, probably. When I run out of puff and Velk starts wiggling.
You're pretty
I'll
sure
put
if you
Velk
just
down.
put Velk down in any direction, he'd be like,
Just go.
little wind up.
But I will, when we reunite with Bjorn, I will tell him about the flowers that we saw around Raya's neck.
They're no longer there. They've come off while she's running.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, they were like a flowery collar.
See, I told you. The
I
dog
believed you, mate, from the
created
off.
the flower. Thank you. It is not some strange thing that has happened in my brain because I ended up in wherever Rhea was from.
Winding
To
you
be
up,
fair-
Bjorn.
Bjorn, a lot has happened over like the last few days.
12
And if I think we
minutes.
told, I think if we told anyone what had happened, they'd look at us just like other people look at us when we tell them. So don't worry about it.
It is not even a few days. It feels like we've been together for weeks. We met the day before
Like,
yesterday.
Day before yesterday. Yeah, day before yesterday we were on top of a mountain. And God knows where. We still
I
don't
know
know.
you're chasing a dwarf northward.
Chasing a mastiff through town.
Are you keeping
Oh.
form for 2 hours, Raya, or are you just staying in dog form? You're on mute. I ain't got a clue what you're saying. I have no idea what you're saying.
Oh hell yeah! If that screws me over on communication, that's them problem.
Wow, okay. So Raya stays in mastiff form.
Althea, this is yours. And I'm going to hand the platinum back.
I'll just say, just keep it for now. The shield, we'll say.
The shield was my fault.
It's okay, just keep hold of it. I've got more. Like, maybe it's better if the wealth is distributed. Speaking of those potions as well, they probably shouldn't all be on the same person. It might be better for people to carry one each.
When Velk has identified them, I will. We can know what they do.
Cool.
Or when I suddenly have a burst of inspiration and know what kind of potions they are.
Yeah. Like I say, having like one on a few people would mean that the healing is spread out, rather than if the person with carrying them all goes unconscious, we might not be able to find them in time. So.
Perhaps they should be on the sturdiest ones of us.
Maybe the people that can't do it through magic, like myself, like it might be useful for me to carry one and for you to carry one, whereas Faze and I believe Velk can do it with their magic, so having it spread like that might work best.
It is a very good plan.
If you drop me, by the way,
Oh yeah, you went down. You're probably still with us.
I
but-
will, I will
Yeah.
like grab Faze a little bit and hold up the one of the gold coins to the first one and be like, Faze thinks this one must be me. To ensure I can protect others, I must be protected myself.
Thank you, Velk. You're right. That's exactly what I was thinking. And I'll take the coin, having no idea what it does. And
It's the coin that if you attune, it's the +1 AC.
yeah, but for now I'll be like,
Just for yeah.
wicked. Thank you, Velk. I will take good care of this. Shut up, Aiden. And I'll put it in my pouch and be like, I was just thinking I should have that coin.
I'll grab Etheria. I'll pass Etheria the coin number 2 and be like, Etheria thinks this coin's for me because friends are important to keep alive on the journey too. And it's the, if you attune it, it's 2 cure wounds at long rest.
Thank you.
And then just as we're walking, I'll be doing this. Like, everybody probably see it, but I'll just be grabbing people. I'll grab Althea next and be like, this coin. So Althea thinks this coin must be for me. Faith in yourself, and indeed faith in others, and perhaps faith in another can help get you through the most difficult moments. And it's the shield of faith. Once per long rest, if you would choose.
Yes, just what I always wanted. Thank you, Velk.
And then I'll walk up to
Happy birthday.
Rhea and go, Rhea thinks this coin must be for me. To give me a little bit of wiggle room as I pursue the curiosities of this newfound place. And I'll hand a coin number 6, which is every morning you wake up with 10 temporary hit points if you attune yourself. Just for your record. Like I've not told you guys what they do in character.
You
but just,
muted.
and then I'll walk over to Bjorn, as we're probably about 2 hours into the journey now, and I'll hold up the 4th gold coin and be like, this coin's for Remy because he didn't reject it. And then I carry on walking and just put it back in my pocket.
What coin?
Fourth coin.
I already had the fourth coin.
No, like so.
You gave Remy the wooden
Oh, sorry,
coin.
fifth coin. Yeah, fifth coin. The luck one.
Yeah. You gave Remy the wooden coin.
Yeah. I'd be like, this coin's for Remy because he didn't reject. And then I'll just like pocket the fifth coin.
Who rejected the coin? I am the one that is on drugs.
Bjorn thinks, there were 7 who walked the mountain, and 1 rejected. 6 gold coins and 1 wooden. But Bjorn thinks, maybe Remy needed some luck.
He needed something to stop blowing things up. It sounds like he's learning, though. As we're wandering along, I'm just gonna...
But that wouldn't be his part in the story right now. And I just carry on walking.
So...
I am sure at some point I will be rested enough to understand what is going on.
It's never happened.
I don't think I ever will be.
You remember when Velk spoke to us like a human? Oh, my apologies, Velk. Like a sentient, normal person.
That was a good half an hour. Yeah.
You say my apologies, but I just like zoned out, just smiling.
Hey, Velk, how'd you feel about wine? Didn't Raya have some wine?
Raya does have a flask of wine from Simba.
Raya's also currently a dog.
Perhaps before we have the wine, we should spend as much time as possible making headway.
I was joking. I don't think we should drink wine. I think we should be walking.
Well, no, wine is perfectly... it's a fine drink, but once we make camp...
I have a problem, Bjorn. It's okay.
What is the problem? Lots of people drink wine every day. It is this... I do not have an addiction. I'm not addicted to things.
You're not my real dad.
I am feeling very attacked. And I'm just gonna stalk to the front of the group and just walk away from you.
Good luck, you won't get close to Raya.
Somewhere Odysseus is going, he's definitely... So as you are leaving town,
Yep.
are you ignoring everyone and just storming straight out of town, yeah?
Keeping an eye out, like people watching, but I don't think we're like running, so
I'm fully
looking at
off. I'm
faces
just
and
wandering
stuff.
along.
Yeah, we're just having a mosey, walking.
Cool. You get to the edge of town. It's just as joyful and musical and entertaining as it is deeper in. You can see as you get to the edge that Buxy Bay is built like on the cliffs that go down to the coastline, and which you saw from Ectelios anyway. But out of this northern part of the town, you can see that there is a very worn, often trod track that follows the cliffside, going for a good distance northeastwardly. Let me bring my map up. The shape of the land, 2 days-ish, there is a large forest directly north from Buxy Bay that is nameless. It is just, whenever it is referred to, it's usually like, the forest north of Buxy Bay, or the forest southwest of Clay Eye, or it's never referred to by a particular name, but it is a very large forest directly north of where you are now. You were to wander northeastward along the cliff coastline, and just following that path which merchants take and other folk that travel overland to the various different towns and populaces in Etoria, and you head out from Buxy Bay. Finally, in your tracking skills, you are heading out of Buxy Bay. As you get onto the road, it is coastal. There is very little there's no like farming or anything around Buxy Bay. The vineyards are to the south, and directly in front of you, other than the forest that would probably take you a day to get to anyway, and you can see its contrast of pale greens of the treetops northward. It's not close, and the land in front of you is quite open and sparse in much else. Pottering along the coastline, you do have 2 days to get to Clay. And as the first day goes, does anyone do anything, say anything, plan anything, cast anything, drink anything, summon anything?
Study the coin and attune to it, hopefully.
Those of you that were tuned to the coin get the powers that Eddie told you get.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you about how to add that in later.
If we get into the camp at night, like I'll literally be like, and the party makes camp, and then I'll just start like talking normally. If anybody interacts with me.
Velk?
Yes.
Oh, it's that time of day.
There's no story to be had at the camp right now.
Okay. What do the potions do?
The potions AD.
Yep, so
that would have been identifying, I guess, as we go. Yeah.
The two that you, the first two that you bought. Why is this not here? It's doing my fucking head. The first two are 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, okay.
The larger one given to you by. Oh, is that working?
Yes.
There we go.
Is it 2d4 plus 2 or 2d4 plus 4?
2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
There we go. That should be working now. Some fire going on around your little campfire. And the larger one given to you, or given to Etheria, is 4d4 plus 4.
I will push them back towards Bjorn, like if we're sat kind of together, I'll put them on the floor. These will heal a bit, and this one will heal more.
So we have 2 standard potions of healing and one that is, I suppose you could say, greater.
Yes.
Althea?
Yes?
I'm going to hand you the potion of the greater potion of healing.
Cool. I'll pop it in my pocket.
And perhaps it would be best if our cleric did not use all of their magic on healing all of the time. Clerics, I hear, are useful for other things. So I'm going to pop one of the other standard potions or offer it to FaZe.
What? Why me?
Because you, as a cleric, should not have to use all of your magic for healing all of the time. Sometimes just you can heal with the potion instead.
Well, I'll keep it in my pocket, and then if anyone needs to pick me up, it'll be there.
I think we have a fair amount of, I believe, Rhea, Velk, and FaZe can do relevant things with their magic. Tony, would you have shared what your coin does when you've attuned?
Who's Tony?
Sorry.
Just out of the corner of your eye.
We're pretty much settling down for night, aren't we?
Yeah, you are full on nighttime camp. Nothing for the day, just the temperature dropping a little bit. It's still warm, but the campfire's set. You're out in the open, or just off the track.
Yeah.
Fire
So
going.
as I finished tuning that, when we settle down and stuff, I'm gonna reach out and just tap the nearest person to me and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay, job done.
Yeah, it works.
You feel. Give me a religion check.
13.
You are aware that you've cast divine magic, but there's no resonating flavour around it that would make you think it was a particular deity or divine being.
Yeah. Don't know where that came from, but it works.
It with that and the potions, and especially the one your friend kindly gave us, and the magic we have in ourselves, you know, certain members of us, we have quite a good spread of healing, as it were, throughout us. So that's good to know, at least. Hopefully it won't be necessary.
As you are sat around your campfire, eating and such, coming southward on the path towards you, obviously towards Buxley Bay, and you're going northeasterly, you see a very large creature. It is difficult to make out the details at this moment in time, but you do see the shape of it quite easily. It is easily as big as a horse, but wider in its shoulder. The silhouette has a squarer head, and there is a wingspan to it that kind of just stretches out and then refolds next to it. And you can hear the heavy thuds of it on the thing. Upon its back, there appears to be a clumped silhouette of something with a smaller head, smaller arms, but from here, it looks like a rider and mount from the silhouette that is approaching you. It gets a bit closer, and other than the sound of the thudding of this mount, you see before you, approaching the camp at night time, lit a little bit by the moon, you see what you know to be a wyvern, a draconic creature that is bestial in nature, doesn't hold the sentience of the stories of dragons and such, or the lizard folk, or the dragonborn, or other such creatures. They are always referred to as like the violence, the bestial nature of the ancient creatures that Atorians and those of Colossus call dragons. It has a harness upon it and a saddle. The wyvern itself has very, very dark grey scales, but every time the moonlight hits them, you can see that shimmer of grey in the night, and there are red streaks across it. But the red streaks do not look like they've been applied. They look like they're part of the scales, but they are uneven and almost a slash of red, these marks. There's nothing accurate about them, but there doesn't look to be a wound that would support it. It's just colouring of the scales. The large squared head, there are two eyes on either side of the head. Large, well, as you'd expect, these massive fangs, teeth are kind of just open, and there is a bit in the mouth that kind of just holds as this, whatever it is riding towards you. And it's not running at you, it's just casually trotting along. As it gets closer, there is a difference to the artwork you've seen of wyverns. In fact, who would know? Etheria, give me an Arcana roll. And this creature is bounding towards you, sat upon it on a saddle. It is a nice, lightweight leather saddle. The shape of it and the blanket beneath, it's not heavy or anything. The creature itself is, more than capable to fill out its meat. But sat upon it is a gnome. Their helmet is kind of just hanging on the saddle its side, and you can see that they are a male gnome. They have dark, like mucky blonde hair that kind of just runs your hands through it a lot and just kind of goes naturally back over the head as if they spent a lot of time just running it out of their way. They are not wearing any of their armour. You can see that it's similar armour to Althea with the muscle caress and stuff, but obviously fashioned for the gnome, and it kind of sits on the either side of the saddle, again hanging with the helmet and stuff. There are two spears that sit sheathed on the saddle. There is two short swords on the other side of the saddle, and there is a sword of some length on the back of this gnome. They come towards you, they hold maybe 30 feet from, and the gnome jumps off the wyvern and kind of just stands there, and you can see that they are heavily muscled in shoulder, neck and chest, but kind of have a thinner lower. They are very Dorito. They're like a mini Dorito. They're not as shredded as Odysseus, but this gnome is a powerful, or at least powerful looking entity before you, just in a sleeveless tunic, a seashell necklace around their neck. Althea, give me a perception check. What did you get, Etheria?
I used 3 rerolls and I got an 18.
Jesus.
Do finish soon, and we have them.
That is true. This wyvern has a very, very different set of features, like the 2 eyes on either side. You notice now that on the front of the torso there are 2 smaller arms, like T-Rex arms, that are not part of the usual makeup you've seen in wyverns. Maybe a different breed of wyvern, you're unsure. But one word resonates in some of the stories that you've heard of these wyverns, and they are very super rare. You've never seen one. It's absolute bullshit. It's made up, scared kids in the night. But the small arms, the 2 eyes, and the shape of his head reminds you of a story about a creature called a Tarask. But you can clearly see that there's a wyvern in front of you. Althea, what did you get on your perception check?
Nat 20, so 21.
On this gnome's belt, there is a curled piece of ram horn, which symbolises to you that this gnome is of the Order of the Ram Horn. And the Order of the Ram Horn are the elite of the elite in Atoria. They belong to no city, no province, no military makeup. They are a entity unto their own and only take instruction from the Empress of Atoria.
I will, once I see that, sort of ice whiten. Does it look anything like the gnome that I tried to kill?
No.
No, no. Okay.
No. But the gnome raises their hand and just calls, "Hail the camp!"
Approach the fire, friend, and be welcome. You
Thank you.
will find hospitality here.
You see him grab the reins around the wyvern and just come towards you, and you get on the thick sandy stone floor. And then you can now see that this wyvern could easily probably carry 3 of you, 4 of you maybe. But the gnome sits and kind of just starts taking the harness off and the saddle and puts it down and just begins their setting up of camp quietly, but then kind of just looks around to you all. "Don't worry, he won't bite."
As he's putting all his stuff down, he's a bit distracted, so I'm going to send a message to Bjorn and just say, that wyvern's a bit strange. I've heard bedtime stories, kids' tales of something called a Tarask.
Means nothing to you, Bill.
I do not care about your children's stories, but I think I no longer want a dog.
And I do giggle a bit, but...
The gnome will pull out a sack, and it's filled with foods and like small flasks of liquid, and just kind of open it out, and it's kind of tied like almost cross-tied all the way up, and as they open it, they untie it all, and it opens out into like a blanket, and all the food and these flasks. "Please help yourselves. Thank you for the hospitality."
Might I approach your fine beast, my friend?
You can, but it's up to him if he allows you to.
I only wanted to get a closer look. It is magnificent. And I'm just going to approach slowly with my hand out.
Give me an animal handling check with disadvantage, for you have no knowledge of this creature at all.
Okay.
What rerolls left?
With
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Dis, please.
This.
Yeah.
17.
Cool.
The other one was a natural 20.
As you approach, you just go, and a little cough. I wouldn't. Maybe in the morning, my friend.
I will stop and just nod and back away slowly from the wyvern.
May I know the names of those that give me hospitality?
I am Bjorn.
Nice.
I
This-
thought Eddie started to speak. Sorry.
I caught my wire on the thing. I was like, I'm very almost,
Oh shit!
almost garroted myself.
Oh, fuck it. His head falls off. Oh my god.
I'm a farrier.
I'm Althea.
Who might you be?
Pleased to meet you all. I'm Saracus, child of Valencia.
Saracus?
Saracus.
I'll gesture to the horn that I recognise and say, what brings you all this way out here?
The festival of birth.
Heading to Buxy Bay.
Only for a short time, yes. I am given an absence of leave for a few days just to celebrate the birth of my mother who passed recently.
Celebrations.
Yeah, sorry for your loss, but I hope the celebrations bring you peace, joy, whatever you're looking for.
Merely the lighting of a candle. And my friend, and looks at Beyond, if you wish to interact, you must know the name of the creature you approach. This is Ares, and just pats the wyvern on the flank.
A fine, strong sounding name.
They are very intelligent. They know what we are about. So when you approach it as a being you would hold conversation with, and not a mount. The mistake I learnt many times.
I know much about the general intelligence of wyverns. Would I know anything about that?
Ravenholm. Give me a Arcana check.
Dookie. Good. 19?
So wyverns are usually, again, considered bestial. Their intelligence is that one of a keen hunter, like natural, instinctual intelligence rather than I can do math intelligence. But the way Saracus is speaking, he speaks as if Ares has intelligence like yourself, which is unknown to you, at least.
Which is, I'd say, then I can only assume Ares here is not a wyvern.
Of sorts. More wyvern than anything else. Born a wyvern, but will die something else. And Ares reacts to the die as something else and kind of just stands, like presents themselves proudly, and their wings kind of like span out a little bit and just like fold back in, and they keep their neck tall, their head up, and then Saracus pats Ares again.
And I
But not
ask
yet.
what Ares will turn into.
I've heard stories of things called Tarask. I thought they were stories.
Do I know what a Trask is?
No.
What's a Trask?
Would Ares be one?
Ares is not a Tarask. However, you are perceptive. There is the blood of Tarasks running through Ares.
How long have you been travelling together?
From birth. We are introduced. It's part of the training of the Order.
You've been together your whole lives?
Thus far, yes. And again, Ares kind of just adjusts themselves.
I'll smile at Ares and say, you are incredible.
Ares puts one long clawed leg / arm out in front of it and does like a bow, and then stands back up straight.
I'll nod back.
Very cool. Ares seems very nice. Are you planning to kill anyone when you're here? I'm just checking.
No. Not unless the Empress wills it, and just a little cheeky smirk appears.
Where have you hailed from? Now?
At the capital. It is east of here. A few days' sail and travel. Torfis is where we are. It is the HQ of the Order. It is where the Empress resides, so therefore where we reside.
Have you noticed any trouble on the roads?
Nobody troubles myself and Ares on the roads.
That doesn't surprise me.
We're heading to Clay Eye. Do you know if there's been any unrest there, or on the roads heading that way?
It is where I fed for a while, coming across from Tophis. There is a feast being held of the stars. Obviously, kind of gestures to Althea because of the festival. Gluttonius is hosting, I believe.
That's why we're going. We're hoping to attend.
Should be a good feast. There was plenty laid out, or being prepared, from what I could see.
It's good to know.
We've been told it's a couple of days.
Maybe you could probably get there tomorrow evening.
That's good to know. I'm not the best at map reading. It wasn't my forte.
The road, and gestures to the road northward, will pretty much take you there, with a few twists and turns, but...
Have you heard anything of a person called Gunnar?
Sounds a name not of Atoria, but maybe
No,
kind of looks at beyond.
Lyconian.
I've never met a Gunnar. I've not heard of one recently.
At all? If not recently?
Sorry. Are they
Someone
important
else
to you?
will look. Not for the reasons that you might first think. We're looking for them.
There are performers and chefs and people working the feast. Some of them had a Viconian look about them, and just kind of nods at Beyond.
That's good to know. Like I say, we're heading that way for the feast, hoping to find some people.
Maybe ask them if they've seen Gunnar.
That's the plan.
Well, I have plenty of, and kind of gestures to all this, these meats and drinks and stuff on this now blanket / picnic area. Please help yourself as part of the hospitality.
Did you purchase this food at the feast?
I did not.
Oh, thank you. I do appreciate you sharing.
Had you heard about the recent trouble in Buxy Bay at Teleo's guild house? Has that word reached you? It only happened yesterday, so it might not have done. But...
I have been travelling nearly a week myself, alone with just myself. Well, not alone, kind of looks at Ares. I've heard nothing.
I wasn't sure if word might have reached you last you stopped. There was an attempted assassination of a fey creature in the guild house. Someone called Aranel. Is that name familiar to you? The attempt was by a gnome, and I'll give the description. Sorry to pick your brains. Just
describe the gnome again.
Broad-ish, very scarred face, weathered, sort of pale skin. Like I say, marked, scarred. Not the most attractive creature.
Give me a performance check, just to see how well you describe it.
10, 12. How many rerolls do we have? Shall I use the last one?
I think there's 2 left.
13, so 15. I'll keep that.
15?
Yeah.
I do know of a gnome that fits that description, yes. His name is Yastin.
Yastin. Where does he come from? I had an altercation with him, and it seems to be that he was hired. Do you know who for he may work?
He's a blade for hire and was expelled from the order maybe a decade ago. There is a hefty bounty on his head that will be paid for by the order.
Oh, he's probably still in Buxy Bay, if that information interests you. I followed him after I saw him attempt to assassinate the fey creature. He used a portal of some kind, magic, that I believe came from his sword. I followed him through it. I almost killed him, but he managed to get away with the magic sword again. But like I say, he's still in Buxy Bay. Would you please pass that information on to Alexander at Actelio's Guildhouse whilst you're in Buxy Bay? He'd be very interested to know the name of the assassin. It seems very important to Actelio himself.
I can indeed. Seems a lot has gone on in the Buxy Bay.
It does. It feels like we've been there weeks, but it's been 48 hours.
Well, excuse me, but I'm tired. Ares,
thank you.
despite lying to themselves, is also tired. And
You
Ares
and me
stands.
Saracas.
You look like you need a rest.
And it was Yaxtin. Yastin. Thank you. And I'll
Please help yourselves and excuse me while I rest. Ares, rest.
Care for a story by the fire as you do.
Tell
Just
as many
drift off to-
stories as you wish. My good Velk, was it?
Indeed.
I would happily listen. If I drift off midway, though, my apologies.
That's good.
So, do you actually want to perform a story?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, cool, come.
Got a few in the bag.
Oh, I was just about to be like, and we'll cut, and you were like,
No, I mean-
no. I was like, you got a performance?
I might drop something big. Who knows? Here we go. I will go and sit by the fire and use prestidigitation on the fire to kind of like
Special
form
effects.
stuff. Images of like a bear and like savage creatures and of a glaive in the fire and stuff like that. Reason being, I will tell a story of Malion, a betrayer from the Feywilds, now exiled, wielder of a glaive, exiled for reasoning of choosing the glaive over a friend.
Give me a performance check.
17. Plus.
9.
9. Yeah. 26.
26. You manifest from the fire. The Fae with the glaive. Hello! Okay. You do notice as you're telling it, and the rest of you notice, that Saracus does not fall asleep midway. They listen, and when the song is finished, there is a smirk on their face, and they kind of just then roll over and get to sleep. You notice that Ares is kind of maybe 10 feet from Saracus, taking up a lot more space than you lot, and sleeps like a dog, like front legs out in front of it, and just rests the massive head. And you see the smaller, they're not tiny, the smaller arms on the chest kind of like folding and like scritch at the ground, and you just see the massive front legs with a giant wyvern slash Tarask head. And the 4 eyes, 2 on each side, just close as they snuggle into the sand. Wings flap a little bit.
Does it snore?
Gently, but yeah.
No.
And with that wonderful story, camp for the first night out on the road away from Buxy Bay, heading north east to Clay. We're going to call the session there.
Did you get a long rest?
You get a long rest. And after 10 sessions, return to your original character stats.
Hey, I'm no longer suffering from a point of exhaustion after my night of fun.
For your raucous night.
Right, so we're going to get off. Thank you very much. We
Worth
tend
it.
to run over a little bit on these Mondays, but it's cool to get a nice finish or a decent finish. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much, players. The follows, the emojis, it's cool to see them popping up. I'm so happy that they're going. We've got more to come. And we can only have the emojis because people are subbing and following and doing all that good stuff. So thank you very much. It's super nice to see people asking questions about wanting to see more of the world and stuff like this in chat. So thank you very much for that. We are working on trying to get it out to the bigger, wider world. There are hundreds, and I'm not exaggerating, hundreds of pages of Colossus that we've written. During lockdown, we wrote over 300 pages to do with Colossus, and it was just briefs. So we've got a shit ton of stuff going out. Newtonia, oh no, dude, I usually lurk, but I just want to say I appreciate you over there. It's definitely the best third monitor content out there, thanks. Oh, fucking, alright. No need to make me cry, is there?
Oh,
Biggie, thank you for the gifted. Newtonia, beautiful words, thank you very much. I'm going to get that tattooed on my face so I can see it every morning. Thank you very much. Right, so take care of yourselves, guys. We are off now, and we're on tomorrow for our other D&D campaigns set in the same world, and maybe a couple of days between each other on the
48
timeline.
hours ahead of us.
But yeah, so Fables Among Titans tomorrow. Thank you to you lot. So for now, you lot, say good night, players.
Night players.
Night players.
Good night.
Bye, folks. Thank you very much.